You do that.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome back. This is
Yep.
the Dorkvision stream. If you were here on Wednesday, that was a different stream, but we're here now. Continuation of our now return trip through hell. So a few announcements. This stream is, like the last stream, going to be a charity stream. We're donating to the Massachusetts Bail Fund, which helps people in the Boston area on low-income status meet bail, specifically right now for the Black Lives Matter protesters that are out there working their hardest and getting arrested for trying to exercise their rights. So please donate. The link should be in the panels below. If not, I am also donating $5 per sub during this stream, and also $5 per crit that I roll, although this one has probably a little less combat this time around, so we'll have to see about that.
Critical roleplay?
Yeah, critical roleplay.
Critical roleplay. Also, if you have on Prime, remember that you can also connect your account to Twitch Prime, which gives you a free sub to any channel, including this one.
Yeah, so leech some of your money off of Bezos and give it
Yep.
to Black Lives Matter movement.
Yes.
He doesn't need it.
No,
he
he
doesn't
doesn't.
need it.
He doesn't need it.
I mean, technically, he's getting your Prime sub anyway, so... Anywho,
That's the thing.
Anyway.
He's getting it anyway, so you might as well use it and give it to someone else for a good cause.
Anywho, the other minor announcement is that I was unable to reach out to the patron that won the thing last stream, so I'm gonna have to roll a new one. Hopefully I can get that squared away before next Wednesday for the guest streamer. That's not pertaining to you guys, that's just pertaining
For
to
our
the
Wednesday
other
stream.
stream. But anyway, let's get back into things. Last time on the Dorkvision stream, the party was in the middle of a sticky situation. They had accidentally stumbled into hell. They are not clever people. And they found themselves fighting off hordes upon hordes of demons before coming face to face with their seeming leader.
I said abyss.
Oh, I keep saying hell. It's the Abyss. They're
I
different.
mean, it was basically hell.
Wrong.
We died so many times.
A hell.
Yeah.
They met with their apparent leader, a Nelfeshni named Mongraz. He offered Amon a deal to get a wish, something that he's been searching for recently to try and combat the plans of his deity. But in lieu of this, the price was too big, and he denied him, which brought combat to ensue. After almost killing everyone in the party, he was finally overcome, and after taking a short rest, they headed towards the exit, whereupon the exit attacked them. A strange slime-like creature, creating the portal, began to whip at them with acid tendrils, and they were also becoming increasingly maddened by its presence and started turning on each other. But they were able to make it through, having lost one of their members, the halfling cleric Tana that they had hired for their trip. And after they emerged in the mortuary where this portal was found, some Eloran guards have found their way down to check on Zumasu and were able to pull them to safety. That is where we come now.
Am I conscious yet or no?
So, what has happened is, I believe, just move that. Boomcrash is awakened fine. Amon is awakened fine. Tana is full-on dead. She failed all of her saves. Excuse me. And Mao, I believe you are up at 1 because of a critical success on a death save. If I recall that correctly. So Zumasu, you were pulled to safety from Boomcrash's telekinesis, and the Eloran guards have secured you. They have given you medical attention and stabilized you. So you are stabilized and will awaken in an hour unless you receive medical attention unless you receive magical healing. So 3 of
Still
you...
no critical stabilization.
Yep, unfortunately. So Boomcrash, Amon, and Mao, you guys are awake and in the mortuary.
Do we remember being mind controlled? Or anything like that?
As the visions of madness from the abyss begin to fade, you do recall all of your actions, although they feel like a dream.
I am not sorry. And I will hold that ground. If anyone looks at me, I'm just gonna be like, smear. Not my fault.
You're the one who attacked me the most.
I don't like hugs.
I want to drink. I want drugs, but I also really want to drink.
Oh God, yes.
The Eloran guard
On
tries to head
my,
down.
my shiny.
Tries to head down into the sort of cells where the bodies were being held, only to find that dark portal there. It still remains. They backpedaled back towards you guys and said, "It looks like we're gonna need some sort of professional help here." They get you guys out of the building into safety. They quarantine off the whole area now that they know what they're dealing with. And they seek additional help from the Leaf Crown.
Boom Crash tells them about how the portal seems like it's that the live thing is the portal, right? Before we all get separated.
That is on you. They seem to have intuited that it was attacking them. But Boom Crash can definitely tell them that destroying it will probably destroy the portal. After that, they are going to go seek help. Zumasu is still unconscious and left in your hands. You are left with a single Eloran guard watching over you guys.
So, buddy, do
Yeah.
you want to help me take the dead halfling and the unconscious people to the temple so we can pay for some healing?
Well, it seems that your friend is going to be fine, but... Well, your other friend, he points to Zumasu. But that other one doesn't seem like she's gonna make it.
But there's resurrection at the church.
If you can afford that.
Um,
Fine. I just need...
we have
Can
danger
you shoot him? He's not helping.
Look, I'm just gonna need one of you here to make a statement.
Do you want me to make a statement? Or you know what? Hold on. I don't think I have any healing potions.
Zumosu would be the best one to speak.
Grub glub glub.
He's
have a
just
healing
currently
potion?
Holy shit!
I don't have a healing potion.
I just got a 20, guys.
For what?
For stabilization.
We've already done that, though.
For yourself.
Oh, you mean it doesn't count even though it's probably been a few minutes?
Yeah, no,
But
they...
I mean,
Free save is a free
does it
save.
count as a donation at least?
Damn.
Well, I'm trying to do it just for my rolls. I do make a lot of rolls being the DM.
crits are on Chris. Chris crits.
Chris crits.
So if you get hit by a weapon, it's at least for a good cause.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we take the pain, we're
You're
Oh,
so
you
scared.
dick.
doing a good
You know,
thing.
I just no, you know what I just
Okay,
realized? I have
guard.
an anti-crit ability. So if I anti-crit, I anti-donate.
I'd still count that. I would still count that.
Oh, you still count? Okay, good.
Anyway, let's
Amon,
go on. What's up?
guard. Somebody. Does anybody have like a healing potion or something? Is anybody good at heal checks?
Good at the stabbing checks. Let me check my
And
pocket. See if I have anything.
I'm dead. Wait, is my character alive?
Your character's alive.
Your character looks conscious.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, in that case, I should be fine then. Then I can do it.
You're gonna
Okay.
leave the statement?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I did a medicine check on Zuzu.
He seems stable from the magic of his periapt, but he's probably going to need a bit to recover.
Okay. Amon, do you have a healing anything left?
No. I
Yeah.
can only basically. Wait, hold on. I can't do anything about that. I spent it all.
Are you guys
Um,
near anybody that sells healing potions?
Is Call it nearby?
Millions nearby?
Okay, I have a
No.
question. Why are we going? Like, why are we
Because we
standing?
have to. We're being detained until we make a statement.
They would like to
Then
know
make
what
a
happened,
statement.
and they'd like an official on record of who was there.
I'm gonna sneak away. I'm gonna go to
Okay,
Jill.
I'm gonna no. I'm gonna say this like, why don't we go to the temple and everyone can make a statement there?
I asked the guard if we could leave and he could come with us, but he said no.
I have to watch the scene.
A pain in
I
the
can't
ass.
guarantee that you guys are going to come back. I don't know if you
Then
guys have anything to do with
then
this.
Follow us.
I like grab him by the forearms and I'm like, dude, we've just been through kind of a thing. Do you have a healing potion? He's a part of the guard. He's a leaf crown thing. He's the one who should give the statement. We're just the help.
All right, fine. Make your statement to me, and I'll give it to the guards. I just need names from all of you, and he asks you for all of your names. Mao, are you still trying to sneak off?
Yes.
Okay. That's kind of low, so I'm actually going to roll against you. Guards do have some perception, but he doesn't seem to have seen you slip off. You were sort of hidden in the... There is a crowd gathering, and you're able to disappear within the crowd.
I take off the creepy robe of eyes and just disappear.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to Jillian's just because I'm overhearing them having this conversation, and I'm just gonna peace out, try and help, and get some potions and bring them back.
All right. The guard looks to each of you for your statements. Do you guys give your names?
Yeah, I do. I have no
Team
reason
Kettle
not to.
Whistle.
Okay. Do you give Zumasu's name?
I should put a name tag
He
or something.
was requested by name to investigate this,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
This guy is from a different branch. He's not aware of
Okay.
this higher
Well,
up.
he should recognize the uniform at least.
He
so-
does. He does recognize the uniform, but he wasn't aware who it was. At the mention of his name, he says, "Oh, that's Zumasu, one of the honored paladins."
Yes.
Bloody mess on the floor.
That's a shame.
Stabilized.
At least he seems stable. So, Tea Kettle, I'm on. You were in there. What happened? And then, what information do you guys want to give to this guy?
I'll tell him
Bare
everything except the demon making an offer to me. I will not say that.
Okay. So you inform them that the demon that you found down there in the portal to the abyss, which you didn't know was a portal at the time, you fought your way in. They confronted you and told you their plans to basically
Expand.
expand and feed upon the people of Eloran. You guys defeated him and fought your way back out, just barely scraping it out with your lives. Is that the statement you give?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Just need to have my I's and T's crossed. Whatever. So,
Get a discount for saying Tanya was what's her name was heroic. Yeah, Tana was heroic.
You're dead. Shut up.
Okay.
hey, Tana was a heroic. Can we have a discount? Anyway,
Stop talking in your sleep.
as you're giving this statement, Mao, you head into Jillian's. She is there. She is working on her alchemy. She sees you come in a tizzy. Oh, what's all the rush then?
Potions, things. We need some stuff.
Massive amounts of healing potions.
Healing potions? Yeah, sure. I got, how big you want them?
The bigger, the better. We can pay.
All of them. All of the healing potions.
I think what you're hearing is a lot, and what I'm trying to say is I want all of your eggs and bacon.
Yeah, Ron.
All of
Okay,
them.
we got it, Ron.
Okay. Well, it looks like they have potions of superior healing. She has one on the back shelf. She doesn't have a ton of them on stock just because they take so long to make, but she does offer a superior healing potion for 1,200 gold pieces.
I mean, yeah.
She
Also, why can't I see her thing? I can't pop up like her little shop.
I'm not sure.
I don't know why. I'm doing it. I'm looking at it
Oh.
now.
Well, I can
Oh.
see it now that I pulled her out.
Oh, maybe because it wasn't your thing.
Well, it's the thing.
Either.
All right. So yes, superior healing potion. Any others? Is it
She
just
has, I'm gonna say 3 greater healing potions, as well as a whole slew of regular healing potions. She does tell you, I don't feel right giving you everything, because adventurers come through here. They're gonna need these things.
that? Adventurers come through here. They're gonna need these things, so they don't need them now, and I need them now.
You need all of
God,
them
don't
now?
be a Karen.
Oh, jeez.
How about I leave one?
Okay. Mal, this is your conscience Kenku speaking. We only need like a minor healing potion. We're going to be able to rest. So we can get a standard healing potion, make Zuzu conscious again, and then put in an order for like a fuck ton of healing potions.
Julie's being a bitch and holding her hoard. I just want to give her money.
I can't in my good conscience give away all my
All
healing
right,
potions.
Whatever you feel like you can give away, just give me the things.
Here, just...
Now just rushing. That's mostly it.
Here, I'll offer you 5 of my minor healing potions and the superior one.
Sure. Perfect. How much?
1,200 GP for the biggest one, and how many did I say? 5? That's 250 for the rest.
Pay for it all in platinum.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. And then I'm assuming you run off the shop.
Yeah, I'm just all in the pocket, all in the bag, running back. Gonna stealth my way back into the group on the side to hand them off to Boom Crash and Amon.
As they're finishing their statement, they are starting to walk away, carrying Tana's body, probably on Amon's back, and Zumasu also kind of being dragged by both of them at once. You arrive on the scene with a handful of vials of red liquid.
Gimme.
Here. Yeah. I just
And
pass them out.
take a standard healing potion and I shove one down Zuzu's throat.
All right. Do.
I'm also gonna drink a minor healing potion.
Okay, you heal. Zim also heals 10 hit points. Mao, you heal 4.
Oh,
That's what your greed
Ouch.
gets.
Beautiful. So we've got 2 more,
3
more
more minors,
3 more minors, and then 1 superior.
1 superior.
okay.
Make sure that's in
And
somebody's
that's
inventory.
In your inventory?
Yeah, I'll add them in.
Okay.
Cool.
Zumasu, you awaken. The guard has
0.
remained at their post, but you guys have kind of left.
Guys, what happened? We make it out okay? I think I saw Tana go
All
down.
is well. Well, most
Well-
is well.
Wait, is that Tana?
Yeah, we
Oh,
need to bring her
Jesus.
to the temple.
Or everyone is... okay, yeah, let's do that. Wait, what about the reinforcements and everything?
They're down there. They're taking care of it. Amon made the statement, and we're going. Come on,
Okay.
let's go.
Alright, they know to kill the portal?
Yeah, we told them.
Okay.
They know what to do. If they don't, then well, that's on you.
Well, I don't train all of them, actually. Just... Guys, I just want to let you guys know, I'm still suspicious of Arn. If you remember, he's the crappy captain I have. But, I don't know, it seems weird. The whole thing seems weird. And the vision we saw earlier seems weird. I kind of wonder if we need to go check him out.
We can do that after everyone's recuperated.
Mm.
Okay.
So-
No plan and shit.
So you guys head off towards the temple part of the Patriciate Ward. Takes you a while to get there, lugging Tana on your back. You get a few glances, but nothing out of the ordinary, really. Although you are covered in blood and the foul stench of the abyss. You guys head up. Do you guys go to the Church of Hieronius or to the Temple of Farlon?
Probably Farlon, because that's where she's from, right?
She does belong to that temple.
Okay, let's go there first.
Yeah, dump her there.
Just dump her there.
Here's your priest, splat.
Oh, darn it. Shit, how do you spell Farlon?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me just copy that.
There's a silent Q. And 3 apostrophes.
Aha. There we go. So, you guys take her to the Temple of Farlon. You head inside. It's a very open space. There are a lot of different pathways of simple cobblestone and even grass grown just on the temple's grounds. All throughout the space, there are simple stones bearing the sigil of Farlon, which is a sun descending over the horizon, and there are a few priests like hanging about, though they don't quite look the part. They're very natural looking people, but as soon as they see you enter with Tana, they rush over towards you. By Farlon, what has happened? What has happened to Tana?
She
Is there anything you can do for her?
We'll have to
Still in
consult.
battle.
We'll have to consult the people, but this is awful. Please set her down.
Yes, we have more than enough to pay for her. I'm assuming she fell in battle. We were fighting something great and evil.
She saved all of our lives.
She did she?
She was a hero.
She's always been, well, like that. I knew it was gonna do her in one day. But I'll see what I can scrounge up. Of the priests falling. That's rare. This priest rushes towards their like stockpile in a back room that is like a locked door. They go beyond it and they eventually return. We have, I think, just enough. Funds have been quite low lately. Not many people donating as much to the church. And diamonds just seem harder to come by with the trade embargoes. But I think we have enough to save her.
So, do you need anything from us?
Well, this is really our own friend that we're bringing back. But a donation to the church would be very much appreciated. It might assist in bringing her back to the realm of the living.
I'm gonna illustrate this as just like me reaching into the bag of holding I stole from the demon, and I'm pulling out just a handful of gold coins.
How much?
I'm gonna say about 600 gold coins.
So you're dumping them all out and just like
There's 9,000 gold coins, so I'm literally pulling up a pile of gold coins out of this bag.
You
I'm
just
going
start kind of
shoop,
like
shoop.
shaking it, and like gold coins start pouring out. Oh my. Well, Farlon better be pleased by this.
This'll at least cover the diming, I'm assuming. So 600 gold coins are out of that thing.
Thank you. Some priests come forth and gather the coins, and they begin preparations for her resurrection. We'll be here. It's probably best you take a walk. That's what Farlon would have wanted. Keep moving. Never visit the same place twice.
Okay.
And they take Tana to a large stone beset in the center of the chamber, surrounded by a pathway, an etched like cobblestone into this large flat rock. They set her upon it and begin strewing her about with incense and various candles and the diamonds as well, placing them in turn. The temple is then, while it's open, they've closed it off for the ceremony to proceed. It's not like they have a fancy resurrection chamber in the bottom of the temple like the church does. But do you guys stay or do you go?
I'm going to see. I want to go visit Arn, to be honest, but I want to go stop by my church first.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
before leaving, I'm gonna like sneak in 10 platinum pieces into like wherever their little alms box is, discreetly.
I think I'm going to stay.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
I might have some questions later.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay for a little bit to see how it's gonna go, and then I'm gonna go and hop and skip to the arcane seat.
Okay. So Mon stays here. Boomcrash stays with them. Mao, are you going anywhere besides putting the stuff in the alms box?
I'm gonna see if I can recruit Mao for a second.
I was about to ask you, do you want me to keep an eye out in a different spot or kind of sneak in?
So my plan here is just gonna be see if I can just grab a priest to just kind of tell the story to and see if they'd like to come with me, so I'm not at least completely alone. I'd like you just to tail us to keep an eye, because I don't know if it's completely safe at the Leaf Crown if Arn was behind any of this. Because I'm gonna just basically try and read him to see if I can sense anything and look for any clues. I also have to probably leave a report either way, because they'll be looking for me either way. So I should probably head there to just report it and file.
I can meet you there, but I'm not going to look like me.
Oh, I don't expect you to.
Okay.
Just keep you know what I look like, and I'll get the priest. You'll know what we look like. If it just takes too long for us to come out, for instance, maybe let the others know.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Do you take a different form, Mao? And if so, is it one of your aliases, or?
I would have to pick up the hat, so I actually don't know if it's going to be worth it. As far as time, actually, where are we?
Do you have, I have a disguise kit, so I could actually probably do that for you. You just have to rely on my check.
Is Mao proficient with a disguise kit?
I believe so. She also has trust issues, so she's going to be like, nah, it's alright, I got this.
So Mao can roll her own disguise check.
Okay. So Zumasu, you hand her your disguise kit, and she starts doing herself up. She maybe
I'll
goes.
just say I'm aiding her.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. And you went to the park probably to disguise yourself in relative secrecy, while Zumasu heads off to the Church of Hyronius to do his small errand before they go encounter Arn.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I'll maybe put you there, you here.
So I'll probably treat it like I go to the church, let them know that there were fiends in Eloran. They're going to need help by the morgue mortuary if they haven't already been notified. And should send some priests, and I'd like one priest to accompany me to just verify and also have when I give Arn a report.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Okie dokie. That's not bad.
Yeah. So you get a 17. You are able to convince them to take one of the priests with you. As a knight of Hyronius, they trust you implicitly, and they're willing to let one of their staff go with you.
I mean, I can show them the demon tusk I took and the bag that's probably demonic looking.
Well, there's no need for that. It
Okay.
seems they were already notified. They had sent and dispatched some of their high priests in order to go try and seal the portal, or at least destroy the demon that was the seeming cause of it. So they have already been dispatched.
I guess just to make sure that Arn can't tamper with it, I just let whoever the head priest is know my side of the story as well. So, if I hear conflicting reports, it'll show up.
Okay. You give your report to them. They are going to send... Do I have
What's their name? Because that's just a technicality to make sure, again, conflicting reports.
Their name is A. Colite.
Cool.
You bastard.
I'm trying to cover my bases, because I'll check in with them later to double, clarify. Nothing was tampered with.
I mean, what a shitty name. Like, they
Right.
can never advance now, because otherwise it would become like...
They can legally change their name, it's just a pain in the ass whenever they get a raise.
P. Tier Griffin. Damn it! Okay, so they send one of their Hyronius acolytes. Their name is probably something more in the lines of Seki, and she is willing to travel with you. She bears the sigil of Hieronius around her neck, and is dressed in the blue-white robes and regalia of the Hieronius Church. Mao, you disguise yourself. How are you looking nowadays?
I mean, I'm at 5 health, so I still look like I've been beat up.
But, like, what are you disguised as other than I am disguised?
I really wish I had the fucking hat on me. God damn it.
Just say you're a half elf.
Can't hide the horn. Just be a different tiefling.
Yeah, it's
Dye your hair.
different
Get a
tiefling.
mohawk- get a
I'll try and
mohawk.
put like the cloak over like my horns, so that way it falls in a different way. It looks more like elegant and like.
You swoop your hair
better
over and
stature.
kind of put a dusting through it to make it look a slightly different color. You also pat down your skin to give it a more, I don't know, maybe purplish color than red by adding a bit of blue to it.
Sure.
You do this to like your hands and face, and it's a pretty effective looking disguise from the best you can tell using your little hand mirror. You team up with the party, well, what's left of it.
I put on the purple robes too that I have. Ha ha ha.
Do you feel pretty?
I feel purple.
Very well.
All right, good to know.
You dress
Very
up
purple.
in the purple robes of the cultists that you guys defeated, and
They're underneath my cloak, so they're not all the way showing, but at least color is there and not my normal
oh, I see.
leather.
I mean, it will
armor.
be interesting. It is kind of an interesting tactic because, I mean, you are
A tiefling.
trying to sort of leverage about how much Arn knows. So if he sees you and he's like, "What the fuck?"
All right, yeah, I'm gonna when I
it'd be
meet up
interesting.
with most duo, definitely let him be like, "You're gonna do all the talking. I'm just there to listen. And in case something goes wrong, I'll have my crossbow, I'll have my bow and my saber underneath ready."
Okay.
Okay, meanwhile, Amon and Boomcrash, they have all gathered. There's about 5 priests, which is like the entirety of the Temple of Farlon, and they have begun chanting in Halfling. A lot of them are Halflings, though there is one human and a half-elf. But the Halflings are shined upon by Farlon, and this is the sort of chant that they go in. As they proceed along in this litany, they sway back and forth. They walk in intricate patterns about the open temple and its roads. It's an interesting display, to say the least. Do you guys do anything while this is going on? It's going to take a long time to cast this resurrection spell.
Oh, it is.
I'm going to stay because I need to ask these people some questions potentially.
Okay.
You can go.
I'll
this-
I'll go to the arcane seat then, and I'll check back in when I'm done to see how things are progressing.
Okay. It's going to take about an hour.
Short rest.
Okay. So after a tick, you say adieu to Amon, and you head off to the arcane seat nearby.
I'm also gonna flip a platinum piece into their offering thing because I am grateful.
Alright, you flip another coin into their offering box. We'll tackle that. We'll tackle Nako when we get to it. So let's have you guys go to Arn now.
Okay.
You should have rested.
I'm gonna say I used 5 more lay on hands on myself.
Sure.
Now you got potions, right?
Mm.
Can I take one more little one?
They mysteriously disappeared.
I hand him another potion, and I'm also gonna drink another one for myself just in case. So we'll have 1 minor and 1 superior left over.
Can we get a minor potion?
Sure. Sorry, who was that on again? Now?
Both of us,
One
one
for
for
each.
each.
Oh, one for each. Okay, so 6 for Mao. Zamasu gets 7.
I can beat up peasants again.
Okay.
My health is above a peasant's now.
Your wounds begin to seal up over the now drying blood from all of your wounds. The neck still kind of hurts around your collarbone, Zamasu, from Mongra's biting you, but you guys head in to the Acanthus stronghold. You arrive from the upper part of it, descending into the towering leaf-crowned citadel. And it doesn't take too long from that direction to get to your main office, the office where the Honored Paladins get their work done. Name of your secretary.
I'm going to stay behind you, Zamasu, so it looks like you're leading the way.
That's fine.
Yelric is there, and he sees you come in, and just kind of waves to you. He doesn't really know if anything's going on right now. He just knew that you were dispatched, and sees you coming in with an acolyte and a strange tiefling. Hey, Zamasu, how are things? Did you take care of everything? I heard they sent people after you.
The short answer is yes, and the long answer is I need to report to Arn immediately.
Oh yeah, he's in the office in the back.
Okie dokie. These are just some people I'm having help. It turns out there was a lot more going on at the mortuary than we initially thought, and that's why we had to dispatch more people to deal with it. Is anyone else in the office right now?
You look around. There doesn't appear to be anybody else here. As Arn said, the resources were stretched thin. That's why he sent you on this mission. You know, at least 2 of them are out of the city, doing their work in the different fortresses and citadels out there in the Scablands. The other one is out on official duty in the city.
Alright, so by technicality, I could... Okay, this is where I just needed meta for a tiny bit, but not really. I would know how big Arn's office is, right, and the door before it, right? So what I wanted to basically ask is, can I basically use my divine sense before I even walk in the office to see if I sense anything?
You want me to stay out here, by the way, or do you want me to follow you in? I'll say underneath my breath.
I think that...
You stay out here, for now. Just listen.
Do you want me to look it up?
I'm trying to think. It's 60-foot cone, right?
Yes, that's why. Or I think it's a 60-foot, circle. Here.
Oh, sure. Maybe I'm thinking the old one. So 60 feet. Is that this room alley, maybe? The length of it?
No, this is a 12-foot room.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the important thing is this: is it behind total cover?
It should be able to go through things.
No, because if it's solid, then it's total cover.
But is it a magical thing, so it has to be behind lead or something that protects it, or is it just in general?
No. Solid cover, so total cover.
And
so
a view that is not behind total cover, so not behind. So the door would have to be open.
Yeah,
Is how that would work.
Okay. I believe.
And Arn can't be obviously completely encased in something either.
Yeah,
or at least.
Yeah, he's not in the cone of silence usually. But you guys. So yeah, the door would be, preventing that. I would also say that it is at least somewhat tangibly obvious when you are using this ability. It requires your action, and you kind of need to be touching your holy symbol and raising your awareness to the surroundings. And there's almost a bit of a sensation, especially for other paladins. Using it in front of him might alert him that you're doing so. There's a chance.
Okay. That's what I was worried about. Okay, I'm gonna turn to Mao for a second after I'm thinking about this. I'm gonna whisper to Mao my stupid plan where I want to ask her and actually have both of you come in with it, so you can try and distract him while I'm trying to do the sense thing. So essentially, you guys, I'll tell Arn that you guys will give a quick recap of the thing. I just need to check something real quick.
What do you mean, you guys? I thought it was only Mao was with you.
And the priest.
Yep.
Basically,
Okay.
I'm gonna make it seem like I have to take down. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna try and do essentially is come in, say I'm gonna tell him something, then turn around for a second, and be like, oh, sorry, I need to make sure I write something down. I need to go over something. Can you guys go over what happened and have you guys tell him while I'm facing away from him, looking like I'm writing something down instead. So it's a whole charade.
So the acolyte only knows half of this, but you're telling me the rest of this.
Yeah. I'm telling you to try and see if you can, between you and her, tell him to distract him, while I turn around, make it look like I'm writing down notes for a second to go over something, but I'm actually just using Divine Sense.
I got it.
That's
Okay.
the plan.
So, after telling this to them, you guys are ready to open the door, I suppose.
I would ask, or pretend to be like I'm better than the acolyte and be like, can you get the door for me?
Oh.
Sure. The acolyte opens the door for you.
Hell yeah. And then walk in.
They acolyte waits for Zumasu to go in ahead as well.
I introduce myself to Arn. Arn, we have a bit of a little thing going on.
Zumasu and friends, was your mission successful? We sent some people after you because you were taking so long. We hadn't heard from you.
Yes, we just barely made it out. Turns out a lot more is going on than we thought was going on. Actually, I pull out a piece of paper and I pull out a pen. Just 1 second. I just need to check my notes for something real quick. This is one of the mercenaries I hired to help us go over. She can tell you about what's happened. And I also relayed to Priest. I can talk to you for 1 second. I just want to check something real quick. So this, I guess, is the deception check now.
Yeah, this is definitely a deception check. Arn
Good
is
luck.
visibly confused. I'm also shouldn't make him appear.
I mean, if he's confused, I guess that's fine. Then we can just.
Yeah, they
take
can
over.
try to distract. Okay, I'm pretty good at deception. Hopefully he's not good at figuring out.
Okay. He seems visibly confused by this sort of break of decorum, and he looks to the mercenary, apparently. What is the report? Who are you?
Hello, my name is Gabrielle. I was merely outside of the mausoleum, and these are apparently really difficult things that Zumosu had told me about. He would be better at describing it, but there was some interesting evil things beneath our city, apparently. So, Mao's gonna keep on rambling, but also insight check while this is all happening, trying to see how he's reacting. There were demons, and the guards had died, and she's gonna go lengthy, like, oh, there was so much blood everywhere.
Make
like,
an insight check as you
overdramatic.
begin to ramble and pretend to be another person. I'm also gonna. Oh, never mind. You already did that. So
I look different.
yeah, I was gonna do a disguise check, but that was what we did before. So, should also probably roll though. So, as you look him up and down, and you begin like rambling and whatnot, Zumasu, I'm gonna have you make a Arcana check to try and hide yourself opening to the magical, to the divinity. It is an Arcana check, as you are just trying to do this in a magical way. He's gonna try and perceive that. Okay. So, while he's distracted by the mercenary, you open your mind and senses to the divine. Mao, as you're looking him up and down, he seems to be visibly struck by your appearance. After he seems to spy your outlook or your outfit, and he suddenly kind of like raises an eyebrow and then kind of gets visibly more tense. He also begins to glare at you as you're gesticulating and raise your hands up. You notice
I wink at him as I'm going about this ramble of blah 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 and things going on. Wink.
Your robes go up as you're gesticulating, and you see him very clearly glance at your arm, which you had only really painted up to your hands.
Fuck.
Oh.
He sees the difference in skin coloration, and then he stands up and puts his hands on the table. Who is this person that you've brought here, Zumasu? And what is the meaning of this? Zumasu, you open your senses to the divine, and you do not sense the presence of fiends, aberrations, celestials, or undead around you.
Uh-huh.
So he knows me, but he's not paying attention to the robes at all.
It looks like he was noticeably intrigued by your outfit, and then he, for the record, I'm donating $5 because it was a natural 20 on his.
Heck!
Damn.
Oh, shit! Balls! Damn it! I mean, yay, good. Yes, but
Good,
damn it!
good call. Okay.
He looks at Zumasu. Who is this? Who is this really, and why have you brought them here?
I'm
I'm
going to
Really-
really quickly try and be like, shh. This is not for him to know. And I just say that to Arn to try and be like, oh, I'm actually on your side, not on
Do
Zamosi's
you
side.
just
Tush.
do you lean close to him and go, "Hail Hydra"?
Yeah, pretty much.
Make a deception check.
Funny if Arn is just confused.
I know.
You lean in towards Arn,
Oh,
and you say, "This is not his concern." And he looks at you up and down. He puts two and two together and kind of puts his arm around the back of his head, and he's like, I'm sorry, Zumasu, what is your report?
So after figuring out what happened, I'm gonna turn back around and take a quick glance at Mao for perception to see if she. Well, actually, she'd be deceptive. Okay, so I'm gonna just turn to. I'll just start with some basic questions. So I have a few questions of my own as well, but essentially, when we got there, as they have been saying, because I would have heard what they were saying, there was a lot of carnage. Some evil force had possessed corpses and was trying to bring them into what we could only call essentially a portal. And there was definitely some sort of deeper activity within the city.
So demonic, then.
Yes. I'm just trying to make sure I got all the notes sorted out that I had. We hopefully found the portal to it, and we had to flee from there before we lost any more lives. Another mercenary I hired had actually lost her own life.
That's tragic.
Tragic indeed. I say from the corner.
What happened? The men you had sent ahead of us. How many? And did any of them report back?
None of them reported back, I'm afraid. We sent a team of first just two, a simple pair, but when they didn't respond, we sent 4 more. None of them had made it back. When you didn't make it back, I was forced to recall 2 people from duty and send them onward towards you guys.
That's what it was. That would have literally saved our lives. I'm going to just do a quick perception check on saying that.
Perception check for what?
How he reacts to me saying that the ones he sent off saved us.
Okay.
I mean, we going for more insight?
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be insight.
Insight, yeah, sorry.
Trying to figure out if he's being honest at why he sent them, or if he just went and sent them to their death.
If he seems like he was happy that they saved us, or if it was disappointed type thing. Okay.
He, so, he seems very tense right now. It seems like he's very cautiously trying to read the room. He looks... He's not sweating or anything, but he is definitely eyeing your mercenary, quote-unquote, and he's definitely looking you up and down. It looks like he might be worried about something, or at least wary of something. But for all you know, it could have been what Mao had just done.
Yeah, I'll just press him a tiny bit. What's your opinion on the matter, sir? We were asking the church, and they're immediately sending priests to go over that way. I'm kind of wondering if you'd like to come just see what it is, because if this is something that we need the whole Leaf Crown to overtake, this could be a big issue.
Well, if it's just a demonic portal, I'm sure that we can send mages down or priests to seal it up. If it was just a small breach, that is. How large of a breach was it?
From what it seemed, it was big enough for bodies to go through. Standard doorway size, I assume.
That's probably handleable. If it had gotten out of hand, it could have been much worse. But thank you for your work for the Leaf Crown.
Yes, sir. 1 second. If you want to give me a moment, I just want to go over my notes again. I'll leave you to your thoughts for a minute. I motioned the other ones to let us leave the room for a second. I'll come back in a little bit if I can think of anything else to inform you of.
Of course. And he kind of almost makes a start to like talk to the mercenary or something, but then he just kind of recoils from this and sits down at his desk.
Alright, so we're gonna go out of the room and close the door for a second.
Okay, you guys leave the room.
I leave last, just to make sure.
Okay, you leave last, but this is about the extent of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna sit down, I'm gonna calm down the alkaloid a little bit and thank her for her help, and I'm just gonna let her know that if she wants to.
An alkaloid.
Acolyte.
My name is Seki Kolite.
Yes. Or Seki, right, yes. Thank you so much for your help. I think at the moment we're good. I think it was good for you to relay. If you want to go back and either join the church or go check out the mausoleum, that'd be much appreciated.
Of course. If you don't need anything else from me.
I don't believe so at the moment. Thank you.
Alright. She leaves.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Mao and just we're gonna do whispery style. So what did you see while I was trying to chant anything?
Are we still within the vicinity?
You're still, he has a back office. You guys are in, a main sort of, the police area where all the cubicles are kind of in an open area.
Yeah, Mao's not going to make any sort of gesture or anything until we leave.
There's a lot of secretaries here. There are no other, important people, Zumasu level.
I was gonna say just whisper it to me.
I know, but,
the walls have ears.
I guess that's fair.
Walls have ears,
So you'll just tell me that and be like, okay, I guess we can leave for a minute. So let's go outside. I'll let dang it, what's the other guy run into his name? No, I'll just let him know we might be back in a little bit. We're just taking a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, that was Phalar? No, Yelric.
Yeah.
Yelric.
Yelric. I'm just letting Yelric. We're just going to take a walk outside for a minute.
All right. Do you have a report to give me, or?
Yeah. I'll be back to do that for you. I was just making sure Arm was at least up to date, on the basics.
Of course. Get well soon. You look worse for wear.
Is Farlon, can I do an insight or a perception to see if Farlon does anything? Does he seem weird at all, or no? Similar
Farlon is a
to
deity.
Captain Arn? Not... The guy he's talking to.
Yelric.
The intern. Yelric.
Yep.
What did I say? Farlon. Wow.
As we had said it a
Yelric.
second ago.
Yeah. Does he act suspicious at all, or is he just sort of blissfully like, oh, bye, okay, bye, see you soon?
Insight check?
Insight, okay.
Yeah, he seems to not know much about what's going on. Zumasu had, prior to this, confided in him and had him investigating the internal affairs in this office. But he doesn't seem to be privy to anything that's going on right now. And he doesn't look like it. He looks fairly innocent. You guys head out of the Acanthus stronghold and onto the street level below.
Make sure no one's around to see.
No
Okay.
one seems to be around to see. Although there are people on the streets, but you can duck into an alley if you need to do something quick.
Let's take an alley then.
Yeah, if anything, it's like making sure that it appears like we have left in opposite directions, or if anybody can see, like lose myself in the crowd first before going talking to Zumosu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Are we safe, or should we roll something? Or...
I guess you can make a stealth check. Yeah.
I'm the one who makes it bad.
You seem,
I rolled a 3.
We got a 10 together. Like, kind of.
if you... Yeah. So, Zumasu, you're kind of on point, and drawing a bit of the attention. Mao is able to sneak away if she needs to doff her disguise.
I doff my disguise.
Alright, you kind of, like, hastily wipe the stuff off of you, and hide your robes, and get the dust out of your hair, and you head back to Zumasu.
So, did he act any strange? My end, unfortunately couldn't sense anything demonic about him.
Yeah, you got some shit going on. I don't know about who this Captain Arn is, but he ain't who you think it is. Just saying.
What gave you that idea?
It's just that he might not be loyal, or he recognized it. So don't draw
You recognized Mao doing
Yeah.
a sort of high sign.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Zumosu, I told him that I was here to watch you.
interesting. I knew he kind of had
And
it
that's
out
why
for me,
he
but
was
that's not a good sign.
flustered. Hey, well, just saying. I kept this shit from when we were down in the brothel.
Yeah.
The
I
succubi
remember.
and the weird sex demon, like, thing going on. Yeah, that thing, yeah. So, just saying.
Hmm.
Like, if
I
anything,
don't know if
I
we can
didn't
make a move. Yeah, I don't know if we can make a move right now until we have any more evidence or anything else, but
We don't have anything concrete, but we do know
Yeah.
that he's pretty dirty, or he's.
Oh, yeah.
the gut feeling makes it pretty substantial.
Like if I had my horns out, he'd probably be like all over me, being like, oh, bowing and shit, and like, yay, cool. Mm-mm.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out is if this is related to the brothel directly. Like, if they were the ones behind this. Because for all we know, it could be two separate groups. That's the other annoying thing.
Well, do you remember what your investigations, or what Phalar and Yelric's investigations had brought to light?
That's why I said Farlon, because I heard Phalar. And
Phalar
Farlon.
was
Yeah, I know.
Boomcrash's friend
The
that was
intern.
interning there
Yeah.
while you guys were in the Underdark.
I'm trying to see if there was much. I don't think Phalar gave me much of anything except they buried it.
They did bury him in work, but I believe they said that they couldn't find records that you were asking for.
The records were closed.
Yeah, no, that's what I
They were
mean by, like,
closed out.
that was the whole thing.
And they also
That the
couldn't
case
find
was
them.
closed and that there wasn't. They weren't opening it up and there wasn't information on it.
Hmm.
That's why I was like, okay, that's weird. Okay. What I'm going to do is file our reports. I'd like you, as Nowhere, to also give a statement, and we're going to make copies of these, and we'll make sure to double check and see if anything gets edited. I'll need to have my guy on the inside also keep an eye on this. Because this can't be buried either.
A statement from me.
Yep, we need as many civilian statements to corroborate it. If we have copies, then they can't just say it disappeared.
My eyes narrow so tightly, I might as well just be sleeping. I would rather kill your fucking captain than give you anything from me. You understand how I work, right?
Yeah, but when you're Nowhere, it's a separate person, right?
Kind of. You start leaving breadcrumbs everywhere, you'll eventually find the ants.
I should also
Well,
note
just-
that you guys said that the name that you gave Arn was the mercenary that you guys hired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was that name again? Name with a G.
Gabriella?
Gabriella. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I get what you're saying. So,
I literally just
guess,
looked at the painting. I was like, angels! Angel name!
so I guess your name has to be Gabriella when you give your statement.
Yep, that's a lot of breadcrumbs you're leaving there. Look at that panko.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Let's
enough
make some
for
deep fries.
But it also
Douglas,
seems
you
like
have to
Gabriella
express
might be useful to have as an alias if he thinks you're on his side.
Yeah, if Gabriella says anything, I have to think like I'm some creep who's working for this cult. I don't know how they work. I can't say things.
Maybe if you
Well, you already
okay.
said too much.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now you kind of have become part of this. Thanks for
No,
all
no,
the
no.
help, by the way.
That's not what I'm saying. All right. Being someone else a part of that cult, me saying anything for you is not going to be the things you want to hear. My statement is there was nothing down there.
I can understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Then we can have both. Have him think you're on his side, and maybe we can use you as a honeypot later, and I give you a pat on the back.
Ugh,
Alright,
great, thanks, awesome.
you guys finish up this convo, and let's go to Boom Crash, who is headed to the arcane seat while the what's it called? The ritual continues to go on for their Raise Dead spell of Tana Knuckle over at the Temple of Farlon. Boom Crash, you head into the arcane seat, its library with its crystalline stairs and myriad prism of colors shining throughout the entire space. The 8 banners of the different schools lining the circular hall, the circular chamber. You head up the stair. Well, actually, I wasn't sure what you were going to do here.
I'm going towards Edgranor's office.
Okay, that is up the stairs.
Yeah.
You head up the crystalline stairs, floating along the walls, and walk up towards Equinor's office. You head in to a unusual scene. There's a lot of boxes and stuff surrounding the doorway in the hallway. As you open the door, you find Egranor, and he is there, but he is overseen by 2 mages. And you step in, and he says, "Boom Crash, I need to talk to you."
Telepathically whisper to him. It's like, is everything okay?
He takes you outside into the outside into the hallway, and closes the door behind him as the 2 mages begin to seemingly put some of his materials away into boxes. Boom Crash,
Oh shit.
I'm afraid that I may have touched upon something a bit too closely.
I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Do you need a place to stay?
I think it's best if I just leave. And he kind of grasps his head. I was trying to... That person you told me about, he's very difficult to find and scry upon with all of his arcane wards, but I tried finding some of his tertiary people that he's been dealt with, and the people that those people deal with, and... well, not more than a day later I was informed that I've been fired.
Please say it right now.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
It seems
I'm
that
so sorry.
I can't really explain myself here. I'm the head of a necromancy college, and they found, air quotes, they seem to have found some illegal arcane materials on my person, including, well, dead people, which we don't deal with here unless it's from the morgue. But these were innocents that were killed and deposited in my personal affairs.
I mean, I believe him, but I'm still gonna do a sense motive check
Sure.
on him. Gosh darn it, come on. I'm clicking, and it's not.
Do you have to have your character selected?
I'm trying to select her. Hold on.
You can also do it from the sheet.
Yeah, fuck it. Okay. I kept on hoping that it was going to be the easy one. Insight. There you go.
Edganor seems visibly shaken. He doesn't seem to have been prepared.
Okay.
The headmaster, he informed me that I was leaving. He says that he is sure that I haven't had anything to do with this, and he wished me well, but the arcane seat and the consulate members, they all agreed that I needed to be left, and, well, they don't really have a answer for me here. I've been exiled from Eloran.
Okay. A couple of things. One, fuck, what is it called? The one with the peaches.
Galestone?
Galestone. If you need a place to go to at least get your bearings, Galestone Heath. Say that I sent you, and they'll welcome you there.
And this Taurus fellow, he won't be able to find me there?
He is technically a investor and part owner, but it's out of the city, and the person who runs it is a friend of mine, and it may not be a permanent solution, but for at least a little while it might be a place to crash. And if it's a place to hide, then being right underneath his nose might be beneficial. And also,
if he tries anything, it's too obvious.
It's very obvious. There are witnesses there. And also, so I just got back from the morgue, and there was a portal to the abyss in the morgue, and we fought a bunch of demons, and there were cultists there, and a lot of people are dead. And there's something really suspicious going on because there's cults, and they keep on trying to open portals to Eloran. But the Nalfeshni that we fought, Mongraz was his name. I have parts for you if you want to take a pic. I got his eyes, his wings, and his tongue. So if there's something that you want, I got it for you.
Boomcrash, this is actually somewhat helpful to me. And he grabs some of the things that you produce. I may take these?
Yeah, of course. I harvested them from the corpse for you, so do you
Very
want
well.
all three of them?
I do need all three of them. I'm gonna need to do some research if you're okay with parting ways with them.
Of course. Here you go.
But the thing is, and the headmaster knows this, and he kind of like touches the amulet that he's given to you. This, without the protections of the arcane seats, magic, and wards, I'm afraid Orcus might start to creep back in. I need to find a way to create a new one. The headmaster has given me what help that he can, but I need to quest for some different ingredients, and I don't think it's too wise to stay under Taurus's nose, especially if this is what he can do with a mere day's worth of work, framing a professor at the arcane seat. I don't think he's even a consul for that.
I've told you a little bit about, like, my past and where I woke up and when I was born, right? And what he cast on me, the memory alteration thing. He's very strong, and I'm sorry that you got caught up in this.
It's okay, Boomcrash. I will just need time to myself. I'll find a way to keep in contact with you.
Money?
I have my own savings.
Okay.
Thankfully, they've merely exiled me and not imprisoned me. I wouldn't be able to do much here. But suffice to say, you should be careful. Especially if he knows that I am after him.
I will. And you too. And if there's anything that you need, don't hesitate to ask. I'll help in any way I can. You've done so much for me.
Please, stay safe out there, Boomcrash. And he goes in for a hug.
Aw, yay, hugs!
His, like, skeletal bones hanging off of his robe jingle as he takes you into, like, his bountiful robes and whatnot. His frame feels a bit more wiry beneath all of it, but it's a genuine hug.
She gets a little clingy and a little emotional, and then she sort of, like, sniffs and stiff up her lips and steps back and says, I mean it. If you need anything, I'll do everything I can to help. You're family now.
I know. We've had our own battles, and there's apparently still more to come.
Okay.
One
Good
of the
luck,
mages
Edgar.
opens the door and says, Edgrenor, we're gonna need your help with this. Yes, of course. See you around, Boomcrash. I will be in touch.
Definitely. Thank you. Bye-bye.
He steps inside of his office.
Wow.
Yikes.
Powerful person.
So
Yeah.
many damn conspiracies going on.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can say hey to the headmaster, because I still need a contact at the arcane seat.
You walk throughout the hallways, and you see people kind of like looking at you. They seem to be shying away from you, and you overhear some of them like talking almost like a high school type deal.
Oh my
Like, wait,
god, I'm gonna punch all these kids.
Isn't that the person that Edgrenor was talking to? What's she doing with his necklace? Must be some sort of magic. Oh, it's that Kenku. Look. Isn't she the one that defeated, that stupid-ass nerd?
Nerd.
And you make your way past these, like, rubberneckers and head up to the headmaster's office. It's distant from the others, and up near the top of the building, up another spiral staircase made out of crystalline floating steps. You reach the top, and there is a simple door there. There were a few guards on your way here, but they haven't stopped you. They seem to recognize that you're a student, and just let you on through.
Okay.
I should mention
yeah,
these are not like Leaf Crown guards. They're like arcane seat guards. They look different.
Okay. Yeah, and the arcane seat like shares a enormous amount of power in Eloran, so that doesn't surprise me that they have their own private staff. Anyway, knock knock knock.
Come in, please.
I open the door and I come inside. Hello?
You look inside, and it's a veritable Dumbledore office in here.
Expected no less.
I expected no less. And the headmaster themselves has these like wide mutton chops and a like thin long beard. Their head is bald, and they have like these thick spectacles. They seem quite old. Their hair is pure white, and they are bedecked in all manner of various robes covered in arcane sigils that glow. He seems very well protected, and very powerful in spite of his age. He also carries a demeanor of, basically, not weakness.
Yeah, no, he's a formidable dude.
Gentle formidability and power.
Okay.
I'm gonna push him down the stairs.
He always all cast on himself.
Make sure he breaks a hip. Anyway, I sort of do like a little curtsy and say like, "Hi, I don't know if I've ever really formally introduced myself. I was Edgrenor's student, and I just heard the news."
I heard about you. Boomcrash, was it?
Yes. And I want to say that I'm sorry for you losing your professor, and if there's anything that I can do in order to help him or help you, please let me know. I'm happy to do it. And also, Edgarnor was kind of my contact here and the person that I asked for help when I needed help with my studies. Is there someone else I should contact, or is there another mentor that I can rely on?
Well, there's not many people in your unique position here, I'm afraid. Edgarnor told me of your, and he glances at the amulet, your interesting situation. I know that you are a warlock, as he was. I made that amulet, and he seems to think that you now deserve it more than he does. And not that there's anything wrong with that. He has the
No.
potential to craft one of his own. I would do so, but the ingredients simply aren't here. And honestly, if they saw me cavorting with him, it could get ugly.
Yeah, no, I understand that things are politically a little fraught right now. But it's Edgarnor saved me, and I and I've been having issues and run-ins with my patron trying to get back in touch with me and get a hold of me again. And is this something that I should ask you about if I need help, or is this something that I should just take care of on my own?
We have a lot of different we have a lot of different professors here. They can teach you in the ways of wizardry, but I'm afraid the journey of a warlock is one of a personal nature. I was able to help Edgarnor, but only because he was here all the time with me, because I was able to help him craft that amulet. Took a lot of one-on-one personal attention, and there was national attention at the time. People... he was sort of a menace. He tried to destroy the
that's
city.
What he said.
Yes.
That he was a bit of a reform case. And hold on, I completely lost my train of thought. Fuck.
My name is Joros, by the way.
I don't think I've ever gotten his name. That is not the name that I had written down.
Oh, what is the name? I may have forgotten.
Pungrunel Forsyth.
Oh shit. Put that in the chat because I don't have that written anywhere.
Whoopsies!
I put it in chat.
That's
I can absolutely change it.
That's a pseudonym that I go by.
Forsyth.
But yes, that is of course my real name.
Okay. Well, Boom Crash, it's a pleasure to meet you. I had talked to Edgarnor about this, but I suppose I'll mention it to you that I am not pursuing the path of the warlock any longer, and I'm pursuing wizardry instead. And so I'm learning, and I'm enrolled as a student here, and I'm actually learning spells and kind of like going back to the beginning and learning from scratch. But I think it's important for me to do, especially if I'm going to be free of undue influence.
You are always welcome here, student Boom Crash.
Thank you. So if I run into anything interesting or magical or potentially politically charged, who should I ask for help and clarification? Because I'm a newbie at this, and I'm not going to be able to figure everything out on my own.
I'm not sure I get what you mean. Politically, as in trying to avoid what happened to Edgarnor?
Yes.
Thankfully, you have a bit more leeway in that vein. You're just a student who didn't try to destroy Eloran at one point. It's probably easy more difficult for them to target you directly. But even so, I would be wary. From what Edgrenor has told me, this is treasonous stuff that we're talking about. I really shouldn't be discussing it, if not for the safety of the arcane seat and all of its wards.
Okay, so I shouldn't tell you more than absolutely necessary. I hate that he's just like, I can't get involved. I have people to look out for. And I'm like, yeah, but there's a fucking conspiracy, asshole.
What makes you think he's not part of it?
Oh, God. Early Edgrenor's faith in him. So not much.
Your faith in your friends is your weakness.
But my friends gave me the strength to leave my patron, so bleh. Power of friendship, literally. So... can I get assigned a new mentor, or am I just gonna have to throw myself at people and ask them for help?
I wouldn't reveal your lineage, especially with Edgrenor's leaving. Many people are going to be wary of people that, if I might be frank, warlocks are quite looked down upon in the arcane seat. Sorcerers, we tend to try and nurture their powers, and we've certainly had a few warlocks from my, well, suspicions, besides Edgrenor, but nowadays, things are far too tense. I would hide that part of your story.
And should I hide this amulet, then? I've just sort of been putting it around my neck, but should I, like, tuck it underneath my tunic or something?
It might perhaps be good to do so.
Okay, understood. I guess I'll just keep bothering people, if I need help. So, who are the other heads of the different branches? I know Irina is an illusion teacher, and I have a couple of other people to ask if I need help, but in terms of like the different specialties, can you give me people to talk to if I shouldn't talk to you directly? Because I'm an adventurer. I go out and I'm investigating this, and I run into interesting artifacts from time to time, and sometimes it helps to have an expert authority to look at them.
You can certainly come to me if you find something of dire importance, but you shouldn't be seen with me very often, and I'm afraid most of the other professors just see me as their headmaster. It's not like I have any personal confidants.
Okay. I understand. Thank you so much. And I guess I'll just continue.
I am so sorry that I cannot help you further, but things are so tense right now with the upcoming war, with Edgrenor's sudden ousting. Everyone is very, very much worried with what the future holds.
I would be careful of portals and portals into Elore. There are groups that have been trying to invade. I just closed a portal to the Abyss, actually, so
To the
be
Abyss?
careful.
Interesting.
Yes, I just got back, actually, and it was terrible.
Well, I'm sure we'll be looking into it. I'm surprised that the Leaf Crown hasn't told us about it yet. Have you told the Leaf Crown?
Well, I have friends who are reporting directly now, but I'm sort of the arcane seat contact, so I came to talk to the arcane seat about it.
Very
And we
well.
found Ecuador. So yes, so that's my little heads up, and thank you so much for your time, and have a lovely day. And I tuck the sort of amulet, like I sort of do, like tuck it in my shirt
Yeah.
and hide it, and put another necklace, and so maybe I can bluff and pretend like it's not that, and then leave the office.
Okay. And he does give you a list of the head uh, professors of each school. I'll get that to you later.
Okay, awesome.
But he informs you that they are not personally like his confidants or anything, but
Yeah.
they are the people that you could go to if you wanted to learn spells of certain schools.
Okay, rock on. That I can do. And I'm sad about Edgrenor. I'm gonna go and find Amon and check back with Amon then.
Okay.
Or say hi to Phalar. I'm gonna say hi to Phalar.
Sure. You can find Phalar on the way out, but let's go to Amon.
Mm-hmm.
So, Amon, you are at this temple as they are proceeding with this ceremony. After they complete their intricate pattern of traveling around the space, they all come to the central stone altar and begin to pray. They have their hands upon their knees as they kneel on the ground, a mixture of cobblestones and grass. Their hands are up towards the sky, and they begin to ask Farlon, Cortana's soul, to return. And I guess we're gonna have to do a resurrection check. At this point, you guys have given her a hefty sum, a hefty donation, and that is going to assist with this check. I forget how resurrection checks work. Hold on a second. Okay. So Tana has not been resurrected before, and your assistance is going to add, I'm going to say, because of the amounts that you've given, and because of your faith, and even the need to try and resurrect her again, is going to give her a +5 bonus. It's going to be a simple d20 roll, +5. The DC is 10. So I'm going to roll this in front for you guys.
So
Come on, she's
20% chance of failing.
Supposed to be lucky, goddammit.
Well, see.
Here we go.
On you witness this event taking place. A bright light shines down from above, crashing through the ceiling of this Romanesque temple, and it collides with her body as it begins to float up into the air. The other priests look on in amazement as she begins to rise up to her feet. You see the footprints that had been traced all over the temple begin to glow with little spires of light shining up towards the sky, revealing this intricate pattern of divine magic. And Tana is returned back to the land of the living. She slumps down upon the stone and kind of coughs as she slumps into a heap once again. She is trying to move, but is just kind of slumping over herself. The other priests go to rush to her, and you just hear her from like a distance. She goes, "Drink! Drink!" The priests kind of shake their heads and take her to a chamber in the back to rest. Amon, what do you do?
I'm gonna just wait for a bit, see if there's any stragglers, and I'm gonna try to flag that straggler down.
Okay. You try and flag down one of the stragglers. Um, a halfling is left behind to watch over the temple as they attend to Tana. You catch them, and they look up to you. Oh, what can I help you with, large one?
I seek wisdom and wisdom of the afterlife.
Oh, well, you certainly were here to witness it. Uh, what do you seek?
So, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But after when the soul departs, it is headed. It is guided by the rule, um, or the appropriate deity of various people. In your case, Farlon, I assume. Correct?
Well, Nerul is said to rule over death, but that's merely the act of death itself. When the soul departs, it goes on to its destined location, either based upon who you worshipped in life, or perhaps who you're best suited for. Your soul is weighed and tested by Nerul, and he sends you off. Well, that's what we think happens anyway.
Well, I seek a means to disrupt that flow, and I need it for certain people. Do you know of a way?
What are you talking about? This is messing with the natural order of things, isn't it?
It is already ruined. What I seek is preservation. Uh, I seek to save my brotherhood.
Make a persuasion check.
This ain't gonna go well. Why are you making me roll skill checks, man?
Because I gotta roll something.
Uh-huh. Alright. Let's see. Persuasion. Hopefully I don't get kicked out. Do I get kicked out?
He seems to be almost sympathetic a bit to your plight, even though you are sort of robotic in your delivery. He seems to understand that you've gone through some suffering and might know something that he doesn't. In a concerned sort of look, he says, I don't know of any true power that we could have to disrupt that natural cycle, other than the nature of bringing people back, as you've seen here. And it took so many people and a sacrifice of so much wealth and material goods. He kind of gestures towards the altar near you, and there's like singe marks where the diamond offerings once laid. And he says it would take something immensely powerful to try and disrupt that flow, even for one or two individuals. I would imagine that it would take something bigger than all of us, or perhaps a lot of people.
Then who should I seek
Well,
for my salvation?
if you're looking for that, I mean, Nerul seems to have charge over death. I'm sure whatever happens, it must come from that point, from where that soul is sent off into its destined location. Unless there's
And
some higher power than that deity, well, something that we mortals are not even aware of. But
well,
that's the
then I
best
have
I
one
can
other.
do.
I have one last question then. Incabulos, do you know anything of that?
Cabulos. Rolls check. I'm afraid I haven't heard of that. Is it some obscure god?
No, it's just I'm just gonna straight up lie. It's like it is just a theory I'm working on. Pay it no heed. Ramblings of a madman. I've heard worse.
Very well. Well, I hope that you are able to help your brotherhood. You certainly wouldn't want anybody going where they ain't belonging.
It's like, well, uh, everyone has their own path to follow, and I'm gonna give the guy 11 gold points.
Okay.
Just it's like a little something for your time. Much appreciated. And I'm gonna leave.
He looks at the gold coins and
Oh.
in his hand and
Oh
looks
yeah,
up.
and then I'm gonna turn around before I leave and say like, make sure to tell the girl to keep herself safe.
Oh, I will. And best of luck on your journey. Farlon watches those who travel, no matter where they go.
And same to you. And then I'm gonna leave.
Alright, you leave. And Tana is brought back to the land of the living. Boomcrash, you probably show up around now. You didn't spend too long at the arcane seat, but it did happen after the resurrection took place. Boomcrash, you see him on your way there, back to the temple.
I need a hug. And I glob him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
By the way,
just
we're
stand there.
fucked.
Okay, Amon
Yeah.
just stands there as Boomcrash hugs Amon in a silent embrace. She's shorter than him, so she's kind of buried in his chest.
I imagine it's like hugging a tree.
Kind of.
The tree don't
Yeah.
move.
Yeah. If it does, it's actually pretty terrifying. You should run away from
Yeah.
the tree.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. Okay. After a little bit, Boomcrash sort of steps back. Is like, okay, so what happened with Tana? And do you want to go and reconnect with Zuzu and Mao?
She is back on the land of the living. Although, given the current trends, let's see if that sticks.
True. And we need to pay her eventually, or Zuzu does. So.
Well, we were
I guess
giving her the treasure she captured.
Yeah. Whatever she got, that's basically her payment.
Okay.
Probably throw her some more from the bag of holding, to be honest. But yeah. Also because I need to possibly bribe her.
Yikes. Okay, so you guys reconnoiter and
I'm gonna ask Mao if we can go visit Tana because we probably want to let her know what's up.
sure. You guys can definitely show up around the same time as well.
I'm not walking next to him.
Okay, you're not walking next to him.
No. Sumosu has a target on his back. I'd be like, you go ahead, I'll follow, I'll be there. And I'm just gonna
Alright.
stay far, far behind him, and I'm keeping an eye out for him right now.
I'm just gonna give Mao the basic premise of what I'm about to do to Tana, which is just like let her know what I'd just like her to give a statement. I'm gonna take an extra copy of that and to keep it low for a little bit.
You're gonna give it to me afterward, right? Which I'm gonna give to Arn.
Yes. And we'll keep our copy of the statement as well.
Okay, make sure you write 2, because you do realize I'm not giving it to Arn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I show up to meet the other two guys. Hey, Boomcrash. Hey, Amon.
I go and I give Zuzu and Mao hugs. She's feeling kind of clingy.
Zumosu first, Mao shows up later.
That's as usual.
Okay.
I'm glad that we made it out of there too, Boomcrash, but things aren't looking good. How's Tana doing?
You have no idea. Tana's alive, and that's the good news.
That's
Everything
good.
else is terrible.
You want to go first or me?
You go first.
Arn, we're pretty darn sure Arn's a traitor in some capacity, and that I'm, surprise, being targeted.
Well, that's not surprising at all.
Yeah, disappointing, but not surprising.
But we probably want to let Tana know after she gives her statements to probably hang low. And I want you guys to give statements, and we're just going to make sure we got copies of those. Because last time you got rid of the cult info, I have a feeling you might try and get rid of this info too. So the more people we know that this actually happened, and the more proof we have that this happened, the harder it is for him to do any meddling.
And don't you have a printing press?
Yep.
Okay.
This is why copies of statements are good. We might want to try and get some of the soldiers as well, so I might head back over there.
Yeah.
So, you do realize you are putting a target on your back. And on Tana's back if you ask her about anything and tell her to stay low. The less she knows, the better for her. She was just hired.
Yeah, she doesn't. As long as she just gives her honest statement and lays low,
Also
we won't call on her again.
You were just quote unquote hired as well, and you made yourself a big target. So, like by you getting involved, everyone that's been quote unquote hired is involved.
Yeah.
You guys are saying so. Maybe
Thanks for that, by the way.
we leave Tana
Hey,
out of the
you're
completely for her safety. I guess we could do that. I'll ask her how she feels about it. We'll leave it up to her. Respect her wishes.
Make you say your farewells just in case.
Yeah, she has to go on a bit of a travel for her own safety.
Yeah. Travel. Air quotes.
We're in our company.
But the printing press, that's probably going to be the plan to maybe get something out if things start getting fishy. What about your
We're
news?
already getting kind of fishy.
Yeah. What about your end? Why you so huggy, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, so my mentor at the Arcane Seat, I asked him to look into some things, and he got framed and fired and exiled from the city.
That's kind of extreme.
It's incredibly extreme, and this is bad because he was kind of my inside man for all of my magic crap and baggage, as well as asking about any artifacts or anything that we run into, because he was incredibly knowledgeable.
So we're down a magical ally.
We're down a big magical ally, someone who was willing to actually go to bat for me, and he couldn't find anything out about my special friend from...
Wait, so you think the special friend is what did this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in business with him.
I know.
Should
I was not exactly in my right mind when I set you up for that.
So we kind of have multiple targets focusing on our little group.
Now's the time
Yeah.
to take out an insurance policy.
Speaking of insurance, maybe we should looking at the crap ton of money that we got.
Maybe I can buy out the thing.
Yeah,
That'll be suspicious though, but that might be safer.
yeah. So you can potentially buy it out, and also I can cast Identify on this sweet swanky wand that I found.
Good point.
Okay.
Does the Arcane College know about the incident
What incident?
that we just went through?
I reported in very vague terms, but I didn't go into super specifics.
None of the other Leaf Crown have reported yet?
Not to them, but it hasn't been that long.
I'm wondering if I should make a visit then. As I said before, the more people who know the gist of this, the harder it is to cover up.
Yeah, yeah, except it's the teacher that I spoke to in the Arcane Seat, he's not super willing to go to bat and be kept super informed because he has other people to worry about. So we can talk to him if it's absolutely dire, but he's not going to be in the trenches with us.
That's fair enough.
Okay, so I would be very interested in going back to Bonry's and casting an Identify spell and hunkering down and getting a nap, because I think we could all use a long rest.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if we have the capacity to deal with anything right now.
Yeah, let's rest.
All right. I'm just gonna go check on Tana and give her the heads up, but just give her the choice of if she wants to lay low here or take a travel after she's recovered.
Mm-hmm. She might like that. And do you think if maybe she'll want a bottle of wine?
You probably.
Okay, I hand. You know what? I'll follow you in there. I'll
Okay.
Give her a bottle of wine.
Oh yeah, because you haven't seen Tana as she's woken up yet, right?
Yeah, no, only Amon. I
Okay, so
ran
we'll
into
go-
Amon
we'll go-
outside.
All right, so we'll go say bye to Tana,
Mhm.
possibly bye, depending on how she feels.
You guys head inside of the temple, and head into the back. The priest that Amon was talking to just kind of nods to you guys as you guys head in. As you open the door to the back room, the different priests' heads look back at you. Oh, oh, he was, she's resting, it seems. Passed out a bit from the effort. Returning from the dead is, I don't know if you know this, but it's very taxing.
I raise my hand and kind of give a nod. Yes, I know that. Would it be possible for us to have a quick word with her?
At least leave her a little gift.
We can
And I
pass
hold up
on
the
your
bottle of wine.
message. They kind of like look at her body. She seems to be asleep, like completely conked out.
Okay.
So come back tomorrow.
I'll do this. I have paper for this exact reason. I pull out a piece of paper, I write down a note basically explaining the situation, and tell her to just, if she could just meet with us back to just let her know what her decision was so we know whether or not to include her in descriptions and stuff.
Okay.
I elbow Zumoso, like, make sure she eats the note.
Yeah,
She has to
Okay.
eat it.
fine. So I'll basically just tell her to be part of the plan if she wants to. If she doesn't, then she can just lay low, let us know, and then duck out of town. And just either way, destroy this note afterwards.
Okay. And you leave this piece of paper with the priests.
I fold it up and do a little
Okay.
sort of like fold seal.
They take the notes. And
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw in another few gold pieces and make sure to say thank you in there. I'll throw her about 50 gold pieces.
They take it and nod. They all wish you fair travels, and hope that your travels bring you back there one day.
All right. I think for now we probably should go take our rest because we can't fight anything if we have a conspiracy after us right now.
Yeah, no, we need a nap.
That's what happens when conspiracies are after you. You need a nap.
I'm just gonna.
Oh, if only it was
Okay.
that easy.
Our house is close by to the morgue, so I just want to swing by the outside of the mortuary to make sure that nothing's like exploding or on fire. Like literal hell didn't break loose. That's all I want to make sure
You
of.
can do that. I'm going to Bonri's house. Eloran
Okay.
can burn.
I'm going to an inn. I don't feel safe converging in the same location.
I was also gonna go to Biff's house
Okay.
because I also don't feel safe converging in the same location.
Should we not go back to my house?
N-
Then?
Zumosi,
I'm-
you definitely should not.
Okay. All right.
Or, okay.
I'll
I
go
guess-
get a. Boom Crash, you want to split a room at an inn?
Yeah, let's go to the Three Ravens.
Okay. We'll go to Three Ravens.
Right. You two go to the Three Ravens. Mao goes to Biff's apartment, and Amon, which inn are you going to?
Before we leave, should we just say we meet at Bonri's house in the morning then, so we can just converge for safety and checking in on people?
It's on you guys.
I'm
Sure.
I'm
Because
suggesting
you
that
also
just to
have
make sure.
the chat earrings, remember? The walkie-talkie earrings?
Yeah. Who has
Oh,
those?
yeah.
I have one.
Me, Mao
Zumo-
has it, and so, but that's only two. So I still vote we should at least meet up in the morning, make sure nobody gets assassinated.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's fine.
Okay.
I feel like you're definitely gonna be the target. Mao's gonna offer up the other earring to someone else. Be like, I think it might be best for somebody else to have this.
Maybe
I will
Amon then.
see you guys.
Well, technically, Boom Crash would be the other biggest target, but in some ways he's safe because he thinks she's not target.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
thinks I'm an accomplice. Because remember,
Yeah.
he doesn't know that I shook off the spell.
Not for
I think-
nothing, Val. Your shadiness kind of makes me think you should keep it just because, you could always inadvertently need help anyway.
Yeah, and you could get out if needed.
Let me tell you, I will be within earshot and eyeshot tonight. You will be in I can see you. You won't see me.
Okay.
That's creepy. Don't say that. God, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Cause I'm crazy.
Amon, where are you staying? Pretty much most of the taverns have inns.
Okay, then let's go to a tavern that I've never been to.
There's a lot.
Live a
I think-
little.
Anyone's marked with the mug icon are taverns,
Can I recommend one that I possibly have been to as Selena?
if you'd like.
That's the idea. I would like to recommend one that Selena has visited, so that way Selena can
Actually-
hang out.
I'm gonna go to the Sword and Club, mostly because I probably need Cecile's arcane inks next morning.
Okay. You head to the Sword and Club. The Sword and Club is, I'm gonna say, it's a modest sort of stay, so that's probably like 5 silver pieces for a night.
Okay.
Three Ravens is probably one of the better places to stay. It's right there in the market district, so that's probably about 8 silver pieces each of you a night.
I'm using somebody else's money. I just dropped a gold piece.
I'll cover you. No, it's no problem. Okay.
Oh
And
no, but
be-
I'm using the bag of holding. Remember, I still got a lot of gold left in this thing.
Okay?
Yeah, it's silver pieces, so it's like 16 for the both of us to get our own rooms.
Yeah.
Or you know what? It's a rough day. I dropped 2 gold pieces. We asked for the ales, and we'll take them to our rooms.
Yep, that'll cover that. You take your ales to your rooms and kind of drink the night off.
Wait,
Okay. Apparently Mao slips the earring into your pocket, and I don't think you noticed.
let me see if I score a good
How
perception.
would
I
you
guess.
do that?
To fuck with him.
Where is my character?
I
completely
dragged you
removed the
over
utility
here.
of it. God damn it!
Oscar, don't worry. I know it's in the character. Get it? I get it. But it's in the character. Don't worry.
I'm mad at the character.
I really wasn't.
I
I'm
run
drained.
you over with my horse.
Zumasu, you have no reason to suspect that she would do such a thing, so it completely passes over you.
All right.
I'm gonna panic in the
alright.
morning trying to contact Mal.
Mao, are you there? Are you there?
Oh god, the feedback. No, it's. I would meet up with them at the what is it? The Stone and Club? Is that what it was called?
I thought we were just meeting up at Bonry's house.
Yeah. That's where he suggested anyway. But,
No, that's in the morning. I mean, where's everyone going right now?
Oh, they're going to different places.
So everyone's
Amon's going to the
different
Sword and Club.
places.
Boom
Alright.
Crash and
Yeah.
Zumasu are going to the Three Ravens. You said you
Good.
were going to Biff's.
So, I was gonna go to Biff's, so that way I can gather my things and go and grab the Hat of Disguise, and then basically show back up later in the night as Selena.
Okay.
Oh, so she's gonna go to Biff's and come back to the which one? Three Ravens then?
I'll probably go between both. She's a freaking exotic
They're
dancer.
also,
It's
like-
supposed to go to all of them. So
They're also
are you gonna
fairly
get a night's
close to
sleep?
each other.
no,
No?
probably not. And if it's a night sleep, it's a day sleep.
Alright. Well,
Okay.
Mao returns later in the guise of Selena Define, which was this one. Yes.
Did it?
Oh, you did it. Okay. So I was gonna say you guys take a long rest, but it seems like Selena's doing stuff tonight. So Selena, where are you going first? What are you doing?
It's just keeping an eye on them. That's all. So I'm just gonna be within the same tavern, and I'll probably just, if it seems safe, find rest within one of the taverns. That's literally it. So instead of getting paid by the owner for whatever, give them whatever tips that came, and then ask for a room to stay in, basically.
Okay. At this point, your identity or your alias has been established. So just make a performance check to see what you get in terms of tips. Yikes. So
You mad tired too.
you are
Yup.
also tired. So you are dancing along, and it's not great. You're very lethargic, in spite of your attempted, trying to seem like you're more sprightly than you actually are. And people just aren't interested. Make a perception check, and I'm going to say it's at disadvantage because of your lack of performance. Oof. Well,
I mean,
for your lack of performance, that's 16, but still,
maybe I'm just distracted.
yeah, I mean, the ripping gut wounds and, like, other stuff that isn't fully healed yet, that does get to you sometimes. But either way, you are still able to perk an ear up, especially when you're, like, sitting down to take some breaks. You
Yeah.
also don't really earn much in the way of tips tonight, by the way. Nobody seems fairly impressed, nor do they want your company.
Where are you putting me first, by the way? It doesn't matter which one I'm in. Either the Three Ravens or the other one.
You're at the Three Ravens first.
Oh yeah, just in chronologically, the mausoleum didn't look like it was on fire, right? We did pass by that on our
You
way there.
did say that you went to go check that before you went here.
I don't really want to interact with the guards. I just want to make sure I don't see people screaming demons and shit.
So, news seems to have passed through the town of this, and that is overheard by Selena. But Zumasu, as you went past there, you did see that a small group of guards had passed by and had secured the area. You also saw that most of the bodies were being taken out, wrapped in sheets, and entire crews of essentially people that were cleaning up the place and investigating it were there. Like, not officers, but investigators. The priests on scene, among them is the high priest of the Church of Hieronius, and she is able to recognize you. She tells you that the portal was closed. It was a difficult battle, but thanks to her divine protections, she was able to resist the creature and subdue it, and basically banish it back to the abyss from whence it came. When the creature disappeared, so did the portal.
It was basically just the monster the ooze monster they had to kill.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask. I'm saying it like this, but I'd ask her, like, you know, politely enough. Okay, that seems good. If anything, it'd probably be worth having just some guards to make sure none of the cultists who opened it in the first place show up again. Thank you so much for your help, Miss High Priest.
Of course. You said there were signs of cults here? Well, I suppose that was the symbols that we saw upstairs.
Yes, I don't know if they're active or anything, but somebody had to have opened the portal in the first place. I kind of, like, you can probably tell that I'm, like, beaten up and stuff. I'm just like, I already left a little bit of a report. I'm going to just have a rest, and I'll convene with the rest of the Leaf Crown tomorrow, since it seems like you guys have this under control.
Yes, that's perfectly all right. You're an honored paladin among them. I trust your judgment. We've done what we can here for the church itself.
I'll just ask one favor. The statement you gave to the Leaf Crown, do you mind if I just have a quick copy of that? I just pull out a pen and paper.
Of course. She gives
Okay.
you her statement of what happened there, which was the signs of demonic activity, the people that were found dead, and of course the demon in the portal and all that.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, then. Thanks for all your hard work.
You as well. You guys, you head to the taverns. You see there's a strange new dancer around. She's kind of shit at her job, honestly, but
Oh,
I
there's
throw her a gold piece out of pity.
oh God.
Oh, that must hurt.
I just kind of shake my head and throw a gold piece down.
the Yanti is like in sort of dancing garb and trying to seem flirtatious or at least seductive, but it doesn't really work on you. So yeah, Selena, you got a little gold piece, pretty gold piece.
Gold piece. Yay!
What a pity pay.
I know. She still puts on the happy, innocent smile, even though it's really painful on the inside, and her heart just went, ugh.
At the Three Ravens, Selena, from that perception check, you did hear about people talking about that demonic possession, not possession, but that demonic portal that had opened. Word has traveled, and it seems that people seem to be worried that the church is getting out of hand. The church is losing their grip on protecting this place. They almost seem more keen on putting their interests in the protection of just the government, like the Leaf Crown, the Arcane Seat. The church has been shrinking lately, and they don't really trust it. That's the general idea that you get from this recent news. Do you head over to the Sword and Club now?
Yeah.
Okay. You eventually leave, finding yourself unable to... Well, you are able to pay for a room,
Oh,
obviously.
why is she coming to the Sword and Club?
She's
'Cause
traveling
you're there.
between the two.
He just wants to do a bodyguard check on everybody.
I've been to Sword and Club before. Or, well, Selena has.
Yeah.
Now, like now you've drawn suspicion to like all of us. God damn it!
I'm a completely different person, and I've already established myself within these establishments before.
Shit dancer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, as a shit dancer, yes, but yeah. So she would go to other places as well, but
All right, I
I'm
can't
pretty
stop
sure.
you.
No, you can't. But I'm sure the people at like the Three Ravens is like, yeah, that makes sense. She's leaving. She's done. Bye.
You head to the Sword
Yeah.
and Club. And yeah, they have seen you there before, so they readily accept you in. People are kind of... well, they're a bit more boisterous here. It's more of a tough guy sort of establishment. And so they're excited to see a seductive dancer playing around, especially one that got, like, I think a medium sort of role last time. Why don't you make a new performance check? Although it'll be at disadvantage. You
Yeah.
realize from the pity gold piece that you're going to have to double up your game here, and as much as you try to do that, it's just very difficult. You see Amon brooding in a corner for most of the time, nursing a, like, drag of wine or something. But otherwise, make a perception check, again with, unfortunately, disadvantage. So,
Damn.
you are still very good at perceiving.
I'm just really tired when my eyes are awake.
She's always alert.
This sounds like me in real life.
So Mao, here at the Sword and Club, there's a bit of a different thing going around. People are talking incessantly about the coming vote this weekend. And from your knowledge, it's about midweek at this point. It seems that the consuls are going to be inviting people into the Senate in order to vote, or sorry, in order to debate with them and present their own concerns and arguments to the consuls after their own deliberations, and then they are set to vote in the on the very last day of the weekend. So there's probably about 2 days until then, but people are worried and concerned, but also some are kind of interested in the prospect of Eloran going to war.
Are there any specific consoles mentioned?
There aren't any specific consuls mentioned. These people don't seem very political. They just are self-proclaimed politicians now that it is actually affecting them.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
And
As you do.
as you do, although many of them seem to be citing the news, and as you take a break, you kind of lean over and see that the newspapers are calling on a event that was just learned about just today, it seems. Um,
Is it like a special edition that's released so that way everyone knows what's going on? It seems a little
no, it was just released in the
fast.
newspaper.
Okay.
It seems that the news of this event took a long time to reach the gates of Eloran, but a place called Boulder Hill Mine was attacked by Connacht. It's a mine that was under the control by the people of New Dawn, and this is the first actual sign of any conflict overtly being displayed by either side.
Well, my other alias found out that Eloran seems to want to like house everything. They just want control over everything. So they're gonna use the war as a way to try and like shift, or at least attempt to gain control, if I remember correctly.
You take note of this and the general air of like tension and uncertainty in the room, but people are still taking out their frustrations on each other. There's a few bar fights. There's a few people that try to talk you up and try and get you drunk, thinking they have a chance. But it's nothing really in the lines of getting too much of tips. You just get a mere 2 silver pieces out of the deal. But they do offer you a night's stay.
I mean,
They
night
being
stays-
the inn.
the inn. I mean, I could go for a night stay, and they might not wake up though. Is the problem? They just dead.
All right. So that's most of the information that you guys find out, or that at least Selena finds out.
Yeah.
Are the
Oh,
rest
that
of you
would
guys
be-
doing anything before this long rest?
Good.
All right. Then
I'm drunk. I had to drink a lot to drink.
Then Mao, if you're all set,
Yep.
let's take a long rest. You guys recover half your level's worth of hit dice and all your hit points and all your spells and features and abilities.
Dun 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 dun.
Do 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 do. Yep, that happens. The inns are quiet in the morning. And you guys greet the world with fresh eyes. Some of you growing up a level in some cases. Boom Crash, I think, mainly. So, Amon, I think you said you wanted to see Cecil?
Yes.
Alrighty. You head to Cecil's Arcane Inks in the morning. Mao, you're in disguise, but you might have seen Amon come down the stairs in the morning as you were maybe eating breakfast, supplied by the Sword and Club. Do you want to do anything with that?
Watching him leave? No. If anything, I'd probably leave in the opposite direction and try and turn into Manny to go get information.
Okay.
I'll meet up with the other two first before doing that. As Mao.
Okay, you head over to Bonrays then. You can move your eye over there.
Yep.
So, Amon, you head to Cecil's in the morning. He has just opened shop bright and early, and is just flipping the sign to open when he sees you. Oh, a customer. Please, come inside. He opens the door and a little tinkle of a bell chimes.
I require the catalog of what scrolls you sell.
Oh, of course. You can look and peruse my shelves. I'm just going to be working on my own things for a bit, but certainly you can peruse them. They are organized fairly well.
Also, question: do you do custom work as well?
Of course, if I know the spell.
Do you know Silent Image or any illusionary spells that can project an image?
Illusionary spells. Hmm. I am looking on my spell list. So I think I might be able to get that done for you. It will be a bit of a custom order, though.
That is fine, long as it's capable of doing so.
Okay. What sort of level of illusion are you looking for?
I really still image is fine. Movement will be fine. Audio may or may not be necessary, but
Well, a major image
That's-
can fetch you pretty much all of that. Silent image can do that for a lot cheaper.
how much would a major image would be if you're capable of doing such a thing?
Well, normally my higher level scrolls go for about 130 gold pieces each, but for a custom order, I'm afraid that's probably going to run you about 260.
All right. Then 260, huh? Okay. Well, the deed is done. I'm gonna offer this, and I need the image. Actually, before I say anything, I need the image to activate. It's not whether I can actually cast a spell. It's whether I need the image to be able to be activatable. Do
A
that.
contingency. Well,
Yes.
that might be a bit trickier. Hold on a second. I need to look up, because that sounds like programmed image. Programmed illusion. That's why. I see. 6th level. Oof. That is, I'm afraid, a bit beyond my powers.
No problem. In that case, upon looking at your catalog, I will take this, and what I'm gonna take is, I'm gonna take the Cecil's Private Sanctum.
All right. A wonderful usage of a spell. Of course, that will be 650 gold pieces.
Done.
Here you are. Anything else that I can do for you, my fine, dark, dreary friend?
I require a scroll tube and a mundane piece of parchment to make a scroll.
Oh, well, I can certainly do that for a fellow scroll maker, a fellow calligrapher. That will probably run you just about 10 gold pieces, I think.
No problem. Yep, that'll be it.
He hands you a fine ink pen and as well as a fairly fine piece of parchment.
All right then. Then I'm going to depart.
All right, I will get. Oh, you still need that, right? The illusion spell. I told you I couldn't contingency it.
Well, no, I need to be it's not the important that it is a spell. It's I need to project the specific image. I'm basically making a will.
God, you're really on this, aren't you? You're really
Help
on
me,
this,
Obi-Wan
aren't you?
Kenobi.
You're my only hope.
Yeah, basically.
Well, maybe I'll try and see if there's somebody that can, but I'm not sure you're gonna find somebody stronger than me as far as scroll work goes here.
Indeed. I should, as a professional, I should take you up upon your word about that. And then I just wave goodbye, and I'm gonna head on out.
All right, you close the door behind you, having done your business. All right, the rest of you wake up. Mao has gone back to Biff's house to change. What about the other two of you?
I'm headed back to my house, or Bonray's house, my house, to get some breakfast
Fair enough.
and
First
wait for
thing
the
on
others.
the agenda for me is that I want to cast a ritual identify spell on the wand that we found and figure out what the heck it is.
All right. Do you recall what the wand looked like? I just want to make sure that
Yes, hold on one second. I did write that down, or at least it briefly. Rod, question mark, rooks on each end.
Yes, I thought so. Right. After a identify spell, you use the techniques that Juliana had taught you to perfectly do this sort of divination magic. You use a pearl that is sort of like rubbed upon the item in question, and it sort of hums this image of its abilities in your mind, as well as sort of any command words that are related to it. This is a very powerful magic item. It is known as a Rod of Absorption. It requires attunement. While holding the rod, you can use your reaction to absorb a spell that is targeting only you, and not an area effect. The absorbed spell's effect is cancelled, and the spell's energy, not the spell itself, is stored in the rod. The energy has the same level as the spell when it was cast. It can absorb and store up to 50 levels of energy over the course of its existence. Once the rod absorbs 50 levels of energy, it can't absorb any more. If you are targeted by a spell that the rod cannot store, the rod has no effect on that spell. The rod itself has already accumulated about 19 charges.
You can't release the charges, right? You can't shoot energy back at people, right?
If you are a spellcaster holding the rod, you can convert energy stored into the spell, the energy stored into it, into spell slots and cast spells that you have prepared or know. You can create spell slots only if of a level equal to or lower than your own spell slots, up to a maximum of 5th level.
Okay.
So
we
basically, you can use it to
uh,
cast spells. And if people cast spells on you, targeting you, it sucks them up. And then you can use those for your own spells.
Wait, I have a question about how somewhat strong this thing seems. So, if somebody shoots you with Magic Missile, which is a weaker spell, you absorb it with the wand, can you then use your wand to use a spell slot of a higher level spell?
Yeah, because you're just using the charges.
Okay, Boom Crash got a... This is nice. This is a nice tool.
It's a very powerful item.
Sweet.
I technically have spell with Boom Crash. I can help charge that up for you.
Just beat the shit out of her with the spell.
Well, she could just absorb the energy, for example, from like a suggestion spell or something.
No, she doesn't
or
want to
does
do
it-
that. No, because the fact that if you overcharge it, it can't absorb anymore. You want it to have room for absorption.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this could be very useful, especially if someone, cough, a Taurus, tries to cast, like, modify memory on me again.
It also means if you really need to use telekinesis and we don't have time, you can use it again.
Yes.
So basically, the question is like, who is this most useful on, basically? And
I'd still say Boom Crash since he has the strongest spells for this sort of stuff. Secondly, might be me if you need me to spam a bunch of smites, because that means I could technically shit out a bunch of smites.
Smite poop.
Yeah, it creates spell slots, so yes, you could do that.
Attunement would be the only issue with that.
Yeah, we could definitely trade it back and forth, especially if it's like a longer crawl.
I think for the most part, you'd be the one, since you also have the higher damage dealing spells. The smite strategy would only be if I have to like go somewhere and it's like, here's your prep thing.
Yeah.
You also have to drop your shield because if you're gonna hold it, you have your shield.
Fair enough.
You have no weapon to strike it with.
True.
Yeah.
So is actually better for me or for her?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be either one. He would also be pretty good because he could do some of those OP cleric spells at good times.
Yeah, definitely. But it's
Also never run out of heals, basically.
yeah, which would be incredibly nice. I think my only question is like, how many spell slots do you have, and how many do I have right now?
I mean, like, it doesn't matter. You can be selfish all you want. Like, you're the one that got it, and you do feel personally paranoid. Just so
yeah,
just
she is a
do
little
what you want to
paranoid, but
do.
it's also like has a massive chip on her shoulder when it comes to being self-sacrificing. So she does want to provide for you.
I say if the party's all grouped up, you can decide to give it to Amon, but when you're on your own, most of the time, you should just hold on to
Okay.
it.
So the three things I have attuned is the Cape of Mountebank, the Glove of Swimming and Climbing, which is basically who else needs it type thing, and then the Amulet of Health. So that's basically me. I do have my 3 slots attuned, if that matters. I don't know if anyone else has anything completely attuned.
Ring of Protection, Ion Stone, and Rod of the Pact Keeper, which she might even get rid of right now because she doesn't want to be a warlock anymore.
So you keep it then.
Okay, cool.
Watch as this completely bites us in the ass.
This will be interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, random drop from the abyss. It's pretty good.
Sweet. Thank you.
Oh, can I just make her double check my bag of holding to make sure it's not like, a bag of devouring?
Oh, it's too late for that.
Also, and I haven't really, I didn't realize this like even as early as like last year. Identify doesn't identify curses.
Oh,
It's not supposed
okay.
to.
But okay. I'd
Yeah.
probably have her check over the bag anyway. But damn, okay. I won't know until I get eaten again. Well, the general was carrying it. I'm gonna assume it's safe.
Unless the body disposal device.
Actually, I have a question about attunement. If it's just regular +1 weapons, do they have to be attuned or no?
Does it say it requires attunement?
I don't think I have that in the note for them other than what they did.
Then it probably doesn't.
Okay. I'm at full attunement though, I believe, because Rock
Most-
Hero has an ability which I believe requires attunement.
Most weapons do
cool.
not require attunement.
Even with special
The
abilities?
Cape of Mountebank doesn't actually have attunement, so I'm actually fine.
Neat.
Okay then.
All right.
Uh,
Well, you identify that. Do you have any other items or anything that you need to identify?
I don't think so. I think that was the big one. The only other thing that like she would need to do is divide the 2,500 gold pieces that she grabbed amongst the party. And if anybody wants to buy anything, we should put in a massive order for healing potions.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so, and I'm also, the Rod of the Pact Keeper is kind of good, though.
Okay, how about this? Since my attunement, I don't have a Cape of Mountebank, why don't you give the rod to me? Because
Sure,
if you want healing, just shoot at me.
that's fair.
That's
Okay.
funny.
Yeah,
Just-
so
Do cantrips count towards it? Like, could she literally just...
No, cantrips zero level.
cantrips are infinite, so
But I
Yes.
mean, do they count as fielding
They're,
it with
they're-
energy?
they're zero level, so just like you're basically converting damage like into max healing, basically. So it's not free, but I'm pretty sure you care about healing more than dealing damage at the end of the day.
That's funny, but that's... So basically our short rest would be Boom Crash shooting boom booms at the cleric, who would then convert the boom booms into potions.
I love it.
Wow.
So I'm going to give you the Rod of Absorption, and it has 19 out of 50 charges. Do you have that in your notes?
Absorption.
You can
how
also drag it in, I believe, because I have the compendiums now.
Okay.
So you can go to the compendium, look up Rod of Absorption, and then just drag it in.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I got my crystal ball. I'm gonna use my crystal ball.
Oh, okay.
On who?
I'm gonna use it on Arn. Cause fuck that guy.
Alright. I guess he needs to make a saving throw.
Yeah.
You...
Oh crap! 1 second. World 20 just crashed.
Oh,
Oh no.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, Discord's still up, so if you're describing something, I'll be on in a second.
yeah.
Fair.
So the
drag
person...
the item in.
So the person is familiar to you, so they have -5 on their save. You don't really have any other connections to them other than that. I believe for a crystal ball, I think the DC is 15. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up again. Makes a wisdom throw, which modifies how much the target knows.
Oh, it's DC 17. Interesting. Okay, so you look into your amber crystal ball while Boom Crash is doing this identification spell and describing this to you. So presumably, like, after you guys have maybe met up at Bond Race.
Yeah.
And
That's fine with me.
Amon takes a bit to get there, but he eventually gets there, and you begin scrying on the captain of the Leaf Crown. He takes a while to appear, but eventually you do see his form come into existence within the hazy sphere. You see him, and he appears to be still kneeling and grasping a set of bars in front of him. He seems dismal and without hope. There is an empty plate at his feet, and there's just a few crumbs left in it. After looking and seeing a figure pass by him from left to right, he just stands up and goes to sit on a dirty cot in the room. And this goes on for the duration of your scrying, and then ends.
I'm gonna scry on Arn's office instead.
Can you scry in an area? I thought it had to be a person.
I can scry on an area. I can choose a location I have seen before as the target of the spell. The sense appears at a location and doesn't move.
Instead of targeting a creature. Okay, I see it. Okay.
I'm gonna put it like it's on the doorway. Or, you know what? I'm gonna put it from behind him where his desk, so behind it, so not the view I'd see from entering, but the view he'd see.
Okay.
Like behind his head.
It's a time of day where he should be getting to the office, and you begin scrying on this. There is no save for this. You look within and you see Arn coming into his office unperturbed, and he sits down and starts going through some papers. You can't really read anything that's on the papers, but you do see that he is in fact there. He talks to some people that come in and leave once again, but otherwise seems normal for now.
Okay, so I'm just... I forget, with this thing, do they get to see or do I just see through the ball?
Well, I would say, do you mean they as in the people in the room?
Our party. Basically,
Yeah,
we need to reiterate the
I'm gonna
party.
say they can see into the crystal sphere as well. And
So I'm just gonna be like, guys, that Arn is an imposter.
Well, at least we have that as absolute confirmation, but I don't necessarily know if that's something that we can bring into a court. Oh, I know what else I'm going to do. I'm going to summon my familiar. I'm going to get my mini-me finally.
Oh, okay.
Right? You're all like just kind of doing spells in Ponry's basement, conjuring various things.
Technically my basement, we're just calling it Bonry's out of memory.
Out of memory, yes. So
We never got rid of that dirt hole. It was his favorite.
I mean, if we have to booby trap, like Home Alone style this thing, that'd be useful.
Boomcrash, you are able to begin the ritualistic summoning of your familiar per the instructions given by Juliana. She's very familiar with, well, the familiar spell, and she is able to give you pointers on summoning this sort of entity, a fraction of your soul that is just shed off of you as an extension of yourself that rejoins you when it's time and work is done. It's a bit taxing to have it be defeated, but no actual harm to you if it is so. Let me see if I can find that here, because I do think I have that. Unless I already gave it to you. Oh, I might have.
I think you already gave it to me, so...
Oh,
Why is it so big?
because I think you dragged in the token, maybe?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, little buddy. Sorry, I'm a little excited about this.
So cute.
In the ritual circle that you summon, you sort of do like a alchemist's sort of like pat on the ground, and then your familiar rises in a flurry of feathers, as well as twinged by a bit of shadow magic left over from your patronage. That is where you kind of channel your spells and magic from initially anyway. And this shadowy connection gives your familiar a distinct, like, arcane-looking appearance. Its eyes glow a bright, shadowy blue, as if there's some sort of dark magic within it. It looks very magical, but it also looks kind of like you, in a way.
What is it? Just a mini crow?
It's a raven.
Raven.
Okay. I'm a little weirded out by seeing a raven as well as a kenku. It's like
It's like the goofy
It's like-
Pluto thing. How does this work?
It's a goofy Pluto thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna kind of turn to Blue and be like, is that okay?
And he wants chaos.
Oh, okay.
What's his name?
Goose.
Goose. Oh my god, yes. I fucking love it. And he wants chaos, just like every goose.
Wait a minute.
Goose
I'm gonna
looks-
summon my dog. I want Jose to meet him.
Zumasu, you are still concentrating on the scrying spell. Do you wish to end concentration?
The one on Arn in his office?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna still concentrate to see if anything happens.
You persist this concentration, ignoring the minor distraction of the familiar being summoned.
I want to see if I notice anything on the paper that's neat.
As you're trying to peer upon the papers, he kind of like starts organizing them and whatnot. It's difficult to read even from the position that you took as well. It just looks like a bunch of nonsense, really, clerical work. Although something strange does happen in this time. He puts his hand up behind his right ear, and then he just starts talking to himself.
Uh-oh. Can I hear him?
You hear a faint whisper. Maybe I should check. Scrying.
If I can actually
Yeah, I
see.
need to double check
Christ.
with everything. Make sure I'm on the up and up.
I'm pretty sure it hears.
You might not be able to hear the other
You can
side,
see
though.
and hear through the sensor as if you were there. Okay.
Yeah. So I basically bugged the room with a little mini camera.
Yeah. So you do hear him whispering to himself. Did we find anything else on this Gabriella person? Well, I want you to find something out. If we've been discovered, we're going to have to do something immediately. Very well. I'll be standing by. And then he puts his hand down as another person comes in. Just says, "Oh, and it looks like we're going to need some more people down at the Senate for later today." Of course, yes. We'll get some men on it. There doesn't seem to be too much crime now that the demon portal was handled. Alright. And then they close the door and leave.
I knew I should have fucking killed him.
And
This is not good. This is not good.
I'm gonna go kill him.
You can't just straight out kill him, or else the rest of his group will know what's on. We have to figure out who the rest of his group is.
I'll
I mean,
kill
of
the
course
rest of
it
them
did
too. They'll all die. Let's kill all of them.
Now you're talking my language.
I
Alright.
you're a cleric.
I have a mini-me. I'm down.
I like how Amon's like, I hate Mao, she's stupid. Oh, she wants to kill things. This is cool. I hate Mao, she's stupid.
I'm gonna summon my dog because I need to pet something.
The thing is, like, every time that I want you to follow, you don't follow. You go away, and every time I want you to go away, you follow. It's like you.
Oh, by the way, did Tana come to say goodbye?
It looks like Tana hasn't come by, but a messenger did come for you.
Okay.
They arrived at Vonri's house per your instruction, probably, and they give you a handwritten message along with your half of your coins back.
No.
And the message says, here's my statement. I've destroyed the other paper for you. Thank you again for bringing me back. I owe you everything. Except for my fee, of course.
Mhm.
And enclosed within is a statement. Tana seems to be... she basically gave you the truth that she saw from her eyes.
Okay. Alright. So, next move, guys. I probably need to check in with the Leaf Crown. We should probably check in with the Arcane. And I need to probably drop copies of my version in my file so I can pull them out later. And I need to figure out how I investigate Arn without him catching on too much.
I told you, I'm
since he
just going to
probably
fucking
wouldn't catch
kill
on.
him.
What are you guys doing today?
Gotta go murdering.
I'm
I'm just happy that I have Goose. I think the only errand that I want to do is to put in a massive order at Jillian's.
That probably is a good idea.
Because this is going to take her a few weeks, and I want a stash on hand so we can just come in and pick them up whenever.
Okay. My plan is I'm gonna have to use a pseudonym, but I'm gonna buy property to get a printing press shop set up. Because that still isn't ready, I don't believe.
It's only been like a day.
Yeah, so I need to at least have property so I can have a regular printing press place to put, at least.
You could try
Just
renting a
special ones.
place, yeah.
Yeah, so my goals for today are to leave a report, leave copies in my file so I can pull them out later, and make sure that at least somebody else verified that those copies exist. Probably check in with the Arcane College to see if they were notified because they deal with portals, and also buy a rented storefront.
Okay.
Pseudonym.
So jazzed about Goose.
Yeah.
And I need to stay at my house to watch guard.
You stay at
What?
your house to watch guard?
I leave Jose at my house to watch guard.
You leave Jose at your house to watch guard.
If he's not there when I get back, that means something bad happened because he poofed.
Okay, well, you do summon Jose. As you're doing so, Boom Crash, Goose hops onto your shoulder, and you hear a voice ringing clarion in your head. It says, "Alright, Boom Crash, so what are we doing today?"
Oh my god. Drunk.
What are
I
we
am so
going to get
overjoyed.
some potions? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're gonna go and get some potions, buddy. Let's go.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
She can only hear the voice, right?
Yeah,
Then,
only she can hear
Spanish
the
call.
voice.
I'm trying not to lose it. Oh my god.
Boom Crash, you head to Jillian's. Zumasu sets Jose up to be a guard dog in front of Bonre's house. Is he inside or outside?
He's like he's not. There's probably a yard, right? He's just gonna chill in the yard.
Yeah, I
Even
think
some-
there's a
I leave him
backyard.
some food, some little bits of turkey mud and stuff, and give some water and be like, "You be a good boy."
Okay. And what are the rest of you guys doing besides committing a murder?
I appreciate if you really let me know what was happening with the murder.
I mean, it's gonna happen.
It's not. Hopefully not right now. We need to get more info. If he has accomplices, I need to figure out who those are before they open another portal.
Somebody, I want to help.
Do you want me to just go and sneak around and just watch? I can just literally go, like, spy on him.
That might not be the worst idea if you got nothing else you want to get busy with. He spends most of his time in the office, so it probably there'll be certain times probably that'll be out and about.
There's a window in that office?
I don't know. Is there a window in the office?
There is not. That office is pretty sealed.
Can I borrow both the earrings?
Why would you need both earrings?
I could toss the other one in and listen in on the other one?
These earrings are expensive.
How it works?
Yeah, I guess I would technically. Would that work
No.
the way the earrings? No.
No.
They
Okay.
need to sort of...
They're-
Yeah, they need to be, like, held up to your ear and to your mouth and
attuned.
whatever.
They're
And you-
communication. They're not eavesdropping.
It's more like a Star Trek communicator. You need to press it, and you need to go... "Dee-dee-doo."
Got it. Very good. Weird noise that came out of your mouth. Very close.
Thank you.
I mean, we don't really know who else might be involved from his side on this. Maybe take a look at the mortuary, see how they're cleaning it up.
Okay, I'm just gonna make a statement, and this can be. Sometimes how you figure out where the bees are is if you hit the hive. So maybe that is an argument for murder. Just saying.
Okay, I mean...
Yeah, why don't you do that to a Taurus? So
Because he can kick my ass.
so Boom Crash, how many orders are you putting in with Jillian? We don't need to do like a whole role-playing thing for that, I don't think.
Okay, I'm gonna see how many I can reasonably afford. So I'll do the math and I'll let you know.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna give you some gold. I'm gonna give you 2,000 gold.
Okay.
1,000 gold.
The gold that's in this bag of holding, I'm just kind of using for whatever we're running into right now. Since there's about 7,240 left.
Yeah, and I have 2,500 gold pieces from that thing. I have a fuck ton of aquamarines too. Let's just go with gold assets because that shit's heavy.
Yeah.
And we have a fuck ton of platinum pieces too. So, okay, I'll figure this out. You guys go and do your thing.
Sure.
I'm on. What you doing?
I'm just following you guys. As I'm gonna follow you guys, I'm just gonna be writing my will. You know, just that's it. Oh yeah, I can tell you guys. If I perish, make sure this. I'm gonna wiggle the scroll case and make sure this gets delivered to my killer.
We have to hunt down your killer.
No, just I mean it'll be obvious. We are not known for secrecy. It'll be obvious. Just make sure this gets delivered.
But that would mean we'd have to hunt down. What if your killer kills you and we can't kill him and then he runs off?
I kill you.
Then make sure it gets delivered. Are you not listening to me?
Okay, we'll avenge you.
No, don't
Now,
avenge
what do
me.
you
Get
mean?
delivered.
Okay. Sure. We fought dragons before. You want us to go back and fight a dragon if that sort of thing happens?
No, I want you to deliver.
Oh. Okay.
You know what deliver means, right?
Yeah, it means to
Yeah.
remove the liver.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna hope you don't die, man.
All of a sudden, I hope too, because I don't think it's gonna get delivered. All of a sudden, I did a simple request, but none of you can follow it. So
Look, it'll
Okay,
get
I get-
delivered.
good. I'm nervous now. Thank you for that. We have an
You're
important thing, but I'm nervous now.
All right.
Alright.
So, you guys are going off to do your own little things. Mao, are you doing anything today as well?
Yeah, I was gonna go spy on Arn. Give me the other earring. I slipped it in your pocket.
Oh. When did you? Okay,
worry
fine.
about it.
Here you go. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you want us to check in on a certain time?
I mean, isn't that what this thing's for?
Oh, no, I meant like while you're not in the middle of something.
I'll contact you. You know what? Do you even know where this guy lives? Like, does he just live in the office? What does he even do?
Can I do a general knowledge check to see if I ever figured that out?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Because there's a chance that he maybe like hid it from people, and there's a chance I might have saw it, sort of thing. But I never actively, specifically. So just intelligence.
Yeah, just intelligence.
Where is
Straight
my...
up. Roll ability. Your token is up near the north.
That's not bad.
So you're well aware that while some people don't live in the Acanthus stronghold, some of the higher-ups are offered, like, a place to stay. You were made this offer, but you had Bonry's house and you didn't really want to stay in there. This is when you were promoted, but Arn does live in the Acanthus stronghold. He has his own, like, sort of executive suite, as it were.
Okay. I relay this information. So it
Okay.
might be a little bit of rough keeping it, spied upon. Especially
Well-
hard if you need to get in.
He still has to travel from one place to the other, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you really wanted to, what if you tried to break in?
I don't need to break in.
Okay. Alright.
Question is, how much of a target do you want on your back?
Yeah, for now, just tailing it might be all.
I might look like you, just saying.
Mix. Okay, just don't go ruining my reputation more than it already is.
I promise you I won't kill him. Yet.
Thank you.
Okay. Soon, but it won't look like you, and not yet.
That's reassuring.
So basically, the plan is I'll just watch him from afar, Chris. I'm not too concerned until I need to get into the building. That's when I'll look like Zamosu, using it as an entryway and kind of looking about stuff.
Okay, so you're looking at the Acanthus stronghold from the outside?
Well, is that where his office is? Is he in the Acanthus?
He lives in
stronghold?
the same
thought-
building that he works.
Oh, that's true.
Are you going to work today?
I'm gonna go there first to leave a report, and then I'm gonna be leaving.
How about I just leave the report?
You aren't gonna mess it up?
No, I'm not gonna mess it up. If I want to be you, I have to hand in your report, because apparently they think you're up to something, so it has to be your report.
Alright. The only two things I want you to do, though, is hand in my report, and everybody's everybody's reports as well. And then I also want you to hand these copies of it and give them to crap, what's his name?
Arlon.
Yelric.
Not Firelarn. Yelric. And tell him to make
Yelric.
sure it's just kept. These copies are kept in my files. So we basically have there's going to be 3 copies of this. There's the one I keep at my house, the one I keep at my
Okay.
desk, and then the one that he has.
I was about to ask if you were keeping one for yourself, because they're definitely going to toss it either way.
Well, I'll know if they're trying to get rid of mine because mine won't be there, but then we'll have the one at my house. That's why I'm keeping the one at the desk and letting him know.
So do you usually give it to Captain Arn? Is that who you report to and give everything to? Or do you give it to someone else and then tell Captain Arn you gave it to someone else? Like, basic
Usually
protocol?
it's to somebody else, but I say go check in on Arn. See if he acts any kind of weird.
Okay, will do.
All right.
I guess we'll just hit up the Arcane College then.
You take Zumasu's report and go to the Leaf Crown. Zumasu, you go to the Arcane College. You're all kind of swapping places now.
I look like Zumasu at some point.
Disguise hat.
I
Yeah,
have
using
the
the hat
hat.
of disguise that
Yes.
Tragedy gave you?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Borrowed. We're borrowing it. It's co-custody over the hat.
In the
You
meantime...
haven't given it back in a while.
Yeah, well,
True. No,
it's only
a
been
couple-
like a week.
Yeah.
Like, not much time has theoretically passed.
Yeah.
It's like when you guys got back from the Darganon trek, it hasn't even been like 3 weeks. This is like
Okay.
week 3 of your downtime from that.
He gets the hat on weekends.
Sure, custody.
Custody over the hat.
So as you guys are heading off to your own destinations today, the other news that seems to be the buzz of the town, and the town criers are handing out the Ivory Herald. It seems that the Senate meeting, the consulate meeting, has been moved up in light of yesterday's news of the attack on the New Dawn mine. The Senate will be holding a meeting tonight. The public is allowed with an entrance fee of 15 gold pieces.
Keeping out the poor, aren't they?
Brilliant.
I think we're going to have to continue this next time, because this is about as far as I think I've prepared.
Fair enough.
Fine.
I've prepared other things, but you guys have sort of altered the deal.
Ooh, we helped.
Yeah. Congrats, guys. Not a particularly uneventful, not combat heavy section.
At least get RP XP. So I want to get my level 11.
Oh no, I think you guys are getting some stuff tonight, because this was pretty wild. Even if people haven't really been following the story, Boom Crash lost her mentor. Sumasu discovered his own mentor was the head of a cultist plot, presumably.
Well, my imposter was
Yeah,
a mentor.
imposter, and also kind of discovered that, which was a mystery before. And yeah, a lot of interesting stuff happening. Things are starting to come together, and it's looking fun.
At least Tana's alive.
And Tana's alive. So, thanks everybody that came out to watch. Next week, we will try and see where this all leads us. In the meantime, be sure to donate to the Massachusetts Bail Fund. I'm gonna probably keep this fundraiser going until change starts to happen. But yeah, you can find that link down below. And for everybody else, come watch us on Wednesdays for the Undermountain campaign at 7 p.m. and Sundays at 9 p.m. for this campaign. And of course, you can also find my book over on DriveThruRPG for the Noble Crumpet's Book of Gastromancy. So check that out. And that was a long sign off. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, stay mentally healthy. and we'll see you next time. Have a good one, everyone.
Adios.
Night.
Bye. Be
Be well.
kind.
Be kind.